Hey, Canuck fans, welcome to the Line Change Podcast, a proud member of the Hockey Podcast Network. And we're here live for our post-game show as the Vancouver Canucks have been defeated by the San Jose Sharks 3-2 in a Bush League officiated hockey game. Yeah, I said it. Since I know the players and coaches can't say anything without receiving a good old fine, they can't fine me. So, Garrett Rank, you suck. Although at the same time, you would think after getting 8 power plays, it ended up being 9 by the time of the end of the game, you'd be able to at least score on one of them, right? Right? But that aside, the officiating was fucking brutal in this game. Like, don't even get me started on the Quinn Hughes unsportsmanlike call earlier in the game. I'll admit, I didn't mind the Celebrini one, although I assume that may or may not have been a makeup call. I don't know. And then the end of the game. I know I'm ranting about the officiating to start this postgame show up, but I need to let this out, guys. End of the game, Elias Pettersson gets 2 minutes for roughing. He didn't do anything other than get cross-checked not once, not twice, but 3 times. The last one looking like it may have been to the back of the head. Again, Bush League shit. Now, I'm not saying that's why the Canucks lost this game. The Canucks weren't able to capitalize on any of their power plays. They also ran into a pretty hot goaltender in Yaroslav Askarov, but it certainly contributed. That being said, and moving on, let's go ahead and take a look at the goal visualizer after I just ranted for the first 3 minutes of this post-game show. So let's go ahead and bring this up. There we go. And I'm going to expand this for you. There we go. All right, let's start off with the first period goal by Brock Besser, his 9th of the season, assisted by Connor Garland and Tom Wielander. So Tom Wielander with another assist here tonight at 4:28 of the first period. Let's take a look at the visualizer. As you can see here, Garland throws it to the corner. Wielander looks like he moved it over to Garland. Besser with a nice shot, and he gets it past Askarov. Taking a look at the second goal from San Jose, this one on the power play to tie the game at 1. Will Smith assisted by Alex Wenberg and Macklin Celebrini at 9:25. Puck is moved over to the faceoff dot. Celebrini there passes it back to Wenberg, who then passes it over cross crease to Smith, who puts it in. Moving on to the second period. Elias Pettersson scoring his 8th of the season, assisted by Evander Kane and Filip Hronek at 3:04. And this was a beauty. Puck moved around. Evander Kane rushes down, passes it off to EB40. And honestly, this visualizer doesn't really do it justice. But don't worry, we will take a look at that actual goal a little bit later. But PD is able to put it in. And then William Eklund scores at 14:03 to tie the game at 2, assisted by Macklin Celebrini and John Klingberg. This one right off the faceoff. Pass back to the point to Celebrini. Over and then to Will Smith, and he is able to put it past Nikita Tolopilo. And then the 3-2 goal for San Jose, scored by Adam Gaudette, assisted by Kurashev and Toffoli at 15:17. This goal actually had to get reviewed, as originally they actually did not call this a goal. And then it went under review, and apparently Tolopilo made the save, but his glove was over the line. So actually, literally, we came back from a commercial break, and the referees were talking about this, and then they called it a goal. So my honest reaction was like, what the fuck? Like, how did that get overturned? But I digress. That ended up being the game winner for the San Jose Sharks. Let's go ahead and take a look at the game stats. Shots for the Canucks were 34-24. Face-off percentage was a 39.4% for the Canucks, a 60.6% for the San Jose Sharks. The Canucks were 26 for 66, and the Sharks were 40 for 66. The Sharks were 2 for 6 on the power play, a 33.3%. Canucks were 0%, 0 for 7 on the power play. So it looks like they took maybe one of the penalties off. So I could have sworn it was 8, maybe 9. Penalty minutes were 16 to 22. Hits were 17 to 14 in favor of the Canucks. Block shots were 15 to 9 in favor of the Sharks. Giveaways were 13 to 12. And then takeaways were 5 to 4. This was the first game of the series between these two teams. Their next game is December 27th in Vancouver, followed by another game in Vancouver on the 27th of January. And then lastly, the Canucks will be back in San Jose on April the 11th. Now let's take a look at some box score. Actually, I'm going to bring... No, Gerald. Yeah, let's go over this. Okay, so Buckbuster with 1 goal, 1 point. He was a +1. 21 minutes and 19 seconds of ice time, 5 shots, 1 hit. Connor Garland, 1 assist, a +1. 24-28 of ice time, 3 shots, 1 giveaway. Archie Baines had nothing across the board. He had 2 penalty minutes, 1 giveaway. Drew O'Connor was a -1 with 13-17 of ice time. And keep in mind, also, Archie Baines only had 5 minutes and 58 seconds of ice time in this entire game. Like, wow. Elias Pettersson, 1 goal, a +1. He had ice time of 2012, and he had 5 shots on goal, 1 block, 1 hit, 1 giveaway. Kiefer Sherwood was a -1 with 17 minutes and 57 seconds of ice time, 4 shots, 1 block, 4 hits, 1 giveaway. Max Sasson, nothing across the board, 11 minutes and 39 seconds of ice time, 1 shot, 1 block. David Kampf was a +1 with 14 minutes and 30 seconds of ice time, 1 shot, 1 block, and 3 giveaways. Lucas Reichel, who surprisingly played, 4 minutes and 59 seconds of ice time, and nothing across the board. Jake DeBrusk, nothing across the board. He was a +1 with an ice time of 1941. He had 5 shots and 1 hit. Evander Kane had an assist, so 1 point, and he was a +1. 14 minutes and 9 seconds of ice time. He had 2 hits, 1 giveaway. Linus Karlsson, nothing across the board, and 8 minutes and 43 seconds of ice time with 2 shots on goal. Let's take a look at the defenseman. Tom Wielander had 1 assist. He had 13 minutes and 52 seconds of ice time. Philip Hronik, 1 assist, 24 minutes and 13 seconds of ice time, 1 shot, 1 block, 1 hit. Elias Pettersson went nothing across the board, 11 minutes and 18 seconds of ice time, 1 block, 5 hits. Marcus Pettersson had nothing across the board, 2 penalty minutes and 1 giveaway, 17 minutes and 31 seconds of ice time. Be honest, kind of looked like MP3 was a bit of a, ghost out there. I hardly even noticed he was on the ice. Quinn Hughes, a +1 with 28 minutes and 19 seconds of ice time, 4 shots on goal, 2 blocks, and 2 giveaways, 1 takeaway. Tyler Myers was a -1 with 16 minutes and 44 seconds of ice time, 2 shots, 1 block, 2 hits. And then with the goalies, Tolopilo, 24 shots against, 21 saves, 3 goals against, 1 even strength goal against, 2 power play goals against, a .875 save percentage. Honestly, I thought Tolopilo actually played pretty well here tonight. But let's go ahead and bring in my buddy Gerald, who's been patiently waiting.
What's going on, Ty?
Not much.
What's going on, buddy?
Not much, man. How about you?
Whew. Just disappointed. I mean, it's to a point where it's like why did I watch the game kind of feeling. I mean, don't get me wrong, like the game wasn't like that bad. It was just I didn't catch much of your rant, but we did chat on
Mm.
WhatsApp earlier, and bro, the officiating was just disgusting. It was
Oh,
atrocious.
garbage.
Like the
It was garbage.
like not even like it's just every aspect of the game was dictated by the officiating. The result was dictated by the officiating, and there were missed calls, made up calls, like just stupid shit that shouldn't be happening in today's game. I think I was listening to the radio the other day, and I can't remember. I called in. It was the 650, and someone actually brought it up also about the officiating, and um, the problem is they brought too many young guys in. Like they're probably a year or two in,
Mm.
and they're trying to go by the book, but at the same time, they're not. I mean, I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but they're they're trying to go by the book for a lot of the calls, but at the same time, they're missing a lot of the calls.
Mm.
And then they try to make up for it. So you have these experienced referees that have been doing this for what, a decade, 2 decades, even more, right? So they know how to officiate these games, but these new guys that come in, it's just like, oh, I can't miss this, I can't miss that, and you're calling everything out. That ruins the flow of the game for the players, for the fans watching, for just everyone in general. So the league really needs to train these people or have some sort of recurring like annual training of some sort that it has to be like, okay, these are the rules that we're going by this year, and we'll have to stick by it. No ifs and buts. And if you call one, you have to call the other. You can't be like calling this and then a hook happens again the next play. You don't call it. Like today's game, I think they were on it was I think that the Canucks were down 5-on-3. PD, there was a really good play by PD, I would have to say. He got the puck, flicked it up in the air. I don't know if you saw that
I
play.
saw this. I saw this.
That was pretty smart, to be honest, but borderline interference because of the check
Mm.
to the back. And he gets the puck, he almost, does his PD things. Like, I mean, if it was like vintage, like 2 years ago, PD probably would have gotten that goal. With that said, the goal that he had was also very nice today. So credit is given when it's due. But for those calls, like I don't understand. I haven't looked at the rule book, and I don't know what it would be if they're down 5-on-3, and PD gets called on that penalty again. What happens? It kind of intrigues me, and I'm gonna look at this after the stream. But do you know what would happen if they were called on a 5-on-3? Another penalty is called. Is it a full 5-on-3, and then additional, whatever time is left over on a regular power play? What do you think?
I actually don't know. That's a good question. But yeah, I did notice PD with the little cross check on Celebrini. And I don't know, they were saying it on the broadcast that PD knows they're not going to call a third penalty on the Canucks. So that's why he did it, because he knew he would get away with it. So I definitely thought it was pretty cheeky of PD to do, but it should have been interference for sure. But I don't know what the actual rule book is on, like, if a team's on a 5-on-3 and then another penalty gets called. I honestly have absolutely no idea about that. So
Is that a loophole in the rules? Because if you're down 5-on-3, like even nowadays, you rarely see the 5-on-3s. You've been seeing a bit more of it this year. But in the last year, in the latter year, like previously, I remember not seeing a lot of 5-on-3 chances. They're trying to not have these 5-on-3 power plays. But for Canucks, hell, it doesn't matter if they give them a 5-on-3 or in a 6-on-3, they're still not going to score. So whatever. Might as well just call these penalties, right?
Yeah, true. I'm actually really glad that you brought up that EP40 goal because I actually want to bring that up. The visualizer does not do it justice on how
For sure.
sick that goal is. So I actually have the clip. Let me
Are you
just bring it up.
actually? Yeah, you're not monetized, so you can probably show it, right?
On Twitter.
Are you actually going to show it?
Yeah. Odd. Yeah. Let me just bring that.
While you're trying to pull this goal up, there's another thing that we have to talk about after this. Is that
Now I'm gonna
goal that was called as the game winner? I can hear it, but I can't see it.
Henderson.
And Ty, I think you're frozen.
Off the puck to allow it to escape the zone. Oh, what a play by Pedersen. Knocks it. Pedersen. What hand-eye coordination.
What a goal. I mean, does he think he's a basketball player or something with that little spinorama? Like, geez. Like, that was absolutely sick.
It didn't really show, Ty. I think it froze up.
Oh, it didn't?
Yeah.
Crud.
And you were kind of frozen for a second too.
Oh, here, let me.
Are you on your laptop?
No, actually. Well, here, this might work better, I think.
Around near side, DeBrusk take. He's in. He's hooked. He scores while falling down. Elias Pettersson. Around near side, DeBrusk takes off the puck. Oh, what a play by Pettersson. Knocks it to himself. He's in. He's hooked. He scores while falling down. Elias Pettersson. What hand-eye coordination throughout that entire sequence. And he gives the Canucks.
That work?
It was very jittery, so it's okay. I'm pretty sure everyone can go onto NHL and see it.
Yeah, you guys can go on Twitter, go on YouTube. That's going to be like highlight reel, fucking shit, man. But yeah, and
dude, you don't really care right now, do you? You're swearing a lot, bro.
He like bats it like it bounces off of Askarov's glove as well. Like it wasn't just a full, actually like clean going into the net. He bounced it off of Askarov's glove and it went in. So.
Which is great, but other aspects of PD's game is still, God, the power play really pisses me off. Their power play specifically. Like always holding on to the puck for an extra second or two, looking for the perfect pass, perfect one-timer. But the problem is their passes are not tape to tape. I was watching the game with a group of people. So we have a Canucks in Hong Kong group. So it's Canucks fans in Hong Kong, and there is a fellow that came back to Vancouver for a couple of weeks, and today was our meetup for the game, and we're watching it. And one thing one of the guys said was, looking at the Canucks power play, it's embarrassing to watch. Because if you compare it to teams like the Avs, or I mean, that's an easy one this year, Avs, but pretty much a lot of the East Coast teams, you watch their power plays, it's tape to tape, or even during the game, it's tape to tape. Tonight, the Canucks fumbled. Not just the Canucks, Quinn Hughes in the second or third period, he missed, like he fumbled the puck at least a couple times today. And it's not vintage Huggy. And secondly, at the end of the second, I know there was 5 seconds left, but he was definitely pulling a JT Miller. Like I think he fumbled it or shot it and someone blocked it and it was going the other way and he's just like, whatever, it's 5 seconds, and he just stopped skating. But that wasn't just one time. Like he did it a couple times this game where it was just, you can feel that he's just dialed out. Like he's disengaged. He doesn't give a shit. And it's worrying because, especially like what Saravalli said. I mean, we shouldn't believe what Saravalli says. I mean, Buble kind of, pointed that out the other day, which was hilarious. But yeah, like, I mean, if he's 100% for the Canucks, why would he be playing like this? Like, I don't get it. I mean, yeah, okay, you're the contract until end of next season. So yeah, like he's gonna play for the Canucks. He's committed to the Canucks until the contract's over. Is that what he's talking about? Like, obviously, like you're under contract, you're not gonna be like, yeah, like I want to leave. I'm not happy with this. Like, are you gonna say that as a captain of the team? No. So Frank Saravalli, I mean, I agree with Mr. Michael Bublé. This guy's like, Saravalli is, bro's been making these stupid like tweets and whatever, and this isn't the first time. A lot of people actually believe in. They're like, oh, okay, so Quinn's not leaving, bro. No, look at the gameplay. Actions speak louder than whatever words is coming out of Frank Saravalli's mouth.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree. I did really like Bublé's, basically just calling out Saravalli himself. He even goes like, I don't normally name names, but I will this time. And he mentions Frank and has that one heck of a line where he's like, if Frank Saravalli is a Canucks insider, then the 40-year-old version was a porn star or something like that.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
But I'll admit, I did not like some of Bublé's other takes, particularly talking about like the media and losing, because I know a bunch of the media caused a big stir over that, and a whole bunch of them were like, that's not true. So, but the stuff about Saravalli, yeah, I liked it, but I think Bublé may have gone a little too far with media stuff, especially, I mean, granted, he is a diehard fan, but it's like the media.
Also, the owners of the Giants.
Yeah, the media pays more attention than you do. So.
Yeah, I mean, no, you take it with a grain of salt, but at the same time, you listen to what he says and you kind of think about it. And I don't know, man. It's like this Canucks media market is very tough. Like Vancouver, for the longest time, I'm not going to say now, but for the longest time, we were the only game in town before the Whitecaps, before the Golden Eyes. We had the Canadiens baseball team, and that's about it, right?
The Lions as well.
Oh, I forgot about that. I don't think CFL is really football. Anyways, Uh, but good for them. I mean, good for them because they had a good run. I haven't even followed. Are they? No, they're the Grey Cup was in Winnipeg, and obviously the Lions didn't play in them. But they had a good run, got to the West, which is great. But Canucks media can be quite savage, to be honest. I think it's more Canucks Twitterverse or Xverse that gets very savage. It's the people that are toxic that are on X, that are on Twitter, and the people that are diehard fans since the 70s. These people are not on social media. That's why you don't hear the positives or that optimism, right? I actually was out at one of the games. I can't remember last week. I'm going to send you some of the video. And this person actually said that I can use it or you can use it on your channel because I did an interview with a fellow that has been a Canucks fan since the 70s. This is on my phone, so the audio might need you'll need to fix it up a little bit because there's a lot of people, drunk people. It was on Granville Street. It was after Good and Co. And I bumped into the guy, and the guy saw me in a Canucks jersey. We started talking, and it did like a 17-minute interview about how he feels about the Canucks and what needs to be done and all of that. But I'll send that off to you, and then maybe we could do something out of it, or we can talk about it afterwards. But we'll focus on tonight. I don't know. Anything else? Okay, let's talk. I need to ask you about that glove saved goal that became the game winner. We need to talk about that.
Yeah.
Seriously. We need to.
Yeah. I think I was half paying attention because then they went into a commercial break, right after that whistle went off. So they go into the commercial break and then they come back and they're reviewing something. And I'm just like, okay, what's going on here? We just came back from a freaking commercial. So from what I gather and from what I heard, specifically what Adam Foote mentioned in his post game, it appears as though Toronto saw something and they reached out to the guys in the game. We're like, hey, we saw we spotted something. And then Foote even said they looked on their cameras and their iPads, and they didn't really see an angle where definitively you can see the puck in the glove in the net. And looking at the broadcast one too, I couldn't really exactly see it. Maybe I'm blind. I mean, I wear glasses, so could be a possibility. But I couldn't clear as day see it in across the line. So when they called it a goal, I was like, what the F? What? Are you serious? You're just gonna overturn that?
Okay, so I'll tell you their thinking of it, which I think is stupid. But I'll explain to you that they had footage of Tolopilo making the save. So obviously the puck is in the glove. So the glove is inside the net, cross the line. So it's an assumption that because the puck was in the glove, the puck crossed the line, and that is their argument. So you're saying that if, let's say, some goalie made a save, he was pushed into his goal, and it was in his pads, it was in his glove, whatever, that's a goal from now on? That's why I'm talking about the consistency about this. How the hell do you just make an assumption because the puck was in the glove and the glove crosses the line, it's a goal? How's that not a save? So did Tolopilo get a save off of that or no? Because he actually had it in the glove. That is the problem that you have to think about because you're either taking away a save, which he had the puck in the glove, or you're calling it a goal, and they chose the latter, which to me, at this point right now, still, I'm just baffled because that was a game-winning goal. It would have been a tie game at that point. How in the world do you explain someone saving a goal? So if in soccer, if the goalie grabbed the ball just outside of the goal and then he turns around and all of a sudden like the ball's in the net, is that considered a goal? Like what the fuck are you thinking about? Like like it's this officiating, and even like the guys in Toronto. There's guys at the bar that was asking me. He's like, how's that a goal? It's in the glove. And all I could say to him, I said, "Hey, it's American Thanksgiving, not Canadian." And the Sharks and the Sharks and the Sharks are part of Thanksgiving right now. So that's the only explanation that I can come up with.
I wanted to go over this. I was technically supposed to say this after the EP40 goal, but obviously that wasn't really working out. But after that goal, is it safe to assume and say that Elias Pettersson is back? I mean, that goal he scored, yeah, he only got 1 point tonight, but still, he's been consistently good the last few weeks or so. Not as good as he was earlier when he was on his point streak, but he's been consistently good for a few weeks now. And we even said, like, we want to see this for at least a month, before we really decide, is he really back?
I don't want to say he is still at this point. Even with that great goal, the hand-eye and all of that, it's not consistent. I mean, if you are being paid 11.6, you're the so-called highest paid player and leader of this club, which, don't get me wrong, he's done that on the defensive side, but the last few games, I don't see that sacrificing the body, doing all that stuff. Like he's not. And yeah, that's why I'm saying he's not, because if you look at that tear in 23, 24, still like the most vivid goal that I had, I think it was against Carolina, and he deked the goalie and still got the goal in, and then he crashed into the boards. I don't know if you remember that goal. That was such a highlight. That is the vintage PD that we're looking for. I mean, still at this point, we don't have Bluger. Camp is sort of that, plug that we have. Like, there's no offense on. Like, I mean, he's done okay on the faceoffs. But yeah, even today, what pissed me off, I pulled it up earlier, which I think you can also pull up, is the faceoffs. That was just disgusting. The amount of faceoffs that PD took, even on the defensive end, I think he went 0 for 3. You can pull the stats up if you want. But in general, the whole game, it was 39 point whatever percent. PD went, I think it was like 40% for the night. Even Besser was at 50%. He took 4 faceoffs and he was at 50%. So with that said, like what I noticed on his faceoffs, he's not doing the whole Ratu thing. He's tried it and it doesn't work. But what he's relying on is holding up the other faceoff player and then kicking the puck back. That is how he wins his faceoffs. Like, there's no other way that he wins it. Like, Canucks need a faceoff coach like Maholtra to show these kids how to make these faceoffs, because at this point right now, these faceoffs are killing us, especially on the defensive zone or even on like defensive power play. Besser, I think 1, 2, or 3 offensive faceoffs. I don't know if you've noticed, and there's also an article about it, about potentially moving Besser to center. And Besser says, I don't know, but I'm a smart guy, and if the team needs me to do it, I'll do it. I don't see why not. The only reason why I see it not happening is because Besser's foot speed is too slow. That is the only thing. So if you actually had a Besser, Sherwood, actually, let me think. Besser, DeBrusk, I think Canucks Army was suggesting. Besser, DeBrusk on the left, Garland on the right, that'd be a stacked line. And if Besser can win those faceoffs, that'd be great because Garley can backtrack or whatever, even if he loses, then it's okay. So as a stopgap, that would be a solution right now, but obviously they need to go out and look for a second line center to alleviate everything else, right?
Mm-hmm, for sure. And yeah, I did notice. I think I even actually tweeted about it because I missed. I think I missed the first period really of this game, and then managed to catch on in the second. And then literally as soon as I turned it on, I see Besser in the faceoff dot, but to take a faceoff, and I'm just like, what? So
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't sure if if someone got waved out or if he was like originally supposed to take it.
No, so
yeah,
so on right hand face-offs, they've like Camp and him have an understanding. Camp is like, do you want to try? You want to do it? I think that's when Camp first came.
Yeah,
And yeah, right. So, but I've noticed that a lot that he's even before Camp coming, he's been taking those odd face-offs here and there, and he actually does win them. So, the biggest skill set that you need to be a center is the face-off, which PD isn't great at. I mean, he's never been great at. He's at 40%, hovering around 40%. And if Besser can sustain it, like it's a small, super small sample size because he takes maybe at most like 5 face-offs a game, right? So if he can consistently, this would probably be more of after Olympic break kind of thing. Like it gives him some time to do it, to practice it and learn it. If he doesn't make the American team, and maybe the latter half you can start doing it. If not, it'd have to be like a project for next year.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Slightly back on the PD thing, just because I was going to continue. Okay, so he may not be completely back yet, but, and you touched on this earlier, he looked more engaged than Quinn, which is not something
100%.
I thought would come out of my mouth. Like, I did not think I would be uttering those words. Just saying, Quinn did not look engaged at all, or for most parts of this game. The body language that you touched on earlier. 2 different plays. One of them was at the end of the power play where he just kind of let the puck escape the zone. And the other was at the other end of the ice. I think it was it on a power play as well, where he just kind of let the puck, leave the zone again, but just reading the body language, it looked as though Quinn wasn't happy. Maybe it was because of that bogus call from earlier.
No, it's just
I did not like it at all.
I think in general, it's just the power play was just terrible. It was absolutely terrible. And, what was the game? I can't even remember. All of the games are blurring together. Before, I think it was the Calgary game. And they're on a power play, gave up a shorty, and then Huggies just like, screw this. And he went end to end and got the goal. It was 5-2 at that point, the 5-2 goal. There, I still saw some passion, even though they're losing. And he was kind of like pissed off and whatnot. Didn't really even celebrate the goal. This game, I saw a lot of JT in him and just dropping and just not giving a shit and just skating. And I think there was a comment in chat. I don't know if it's Witten or Jordan. They noticed the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, like I noticed people pointing it out on Twitter. I mean, that's how I saw it during the game itself, but the fact that people are pointing it out on Twitter and then even pointing this stuff out after that interview he recently did, where he, and the Frank Cervelli report saying, he wants to stay, he's 100% committed. What we saw tonight isn't a guy who's committed, at least not in my opinion.
Definitely. And I think you and I kind of talked about it too. It was game, I don't know, within the first 5 games, maybe, or within just before the 10 game mark, how he slammed his stick at the net. And I was like, What was that? No one really looked into that at that point because it wasn't a huge thing. But if you look all the way back to the beginning of the season, there is that sort of mentality or that physical aspect of the game that you don't see Quinn really do. Like he doesn't get frustrated and he doesn't slam sticks. He doesn't like he's very chill, very calm. That's why he's the captain. But this year it's I don't know, man. It's a little different.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the out of town scoreboard real quick. I just gotta open up Sportsnet again. Just because I closed everything because it was kind of glitchy a
Lagging?
little bit.
Man, I was so close.
Oh yeah, lagging.
A little lagging. You want to restart and I'll hold off for you until you come back like we did last time?
No, okay. Here, I'll just get off my phone. It's a lot easier.
Because even now you're frozen a little bit.
All right, let me see here. All right, we'll start off with. Oh shit! There's 3 games going on right now. The Lightning beat the Red Wings 6-3. Rangers beat the Bruins 6-2. The Wild beat the Avalanche 3-2 in a shootout. So the Avalanche's 10-game winning streak is over. The Ducks mounted a
I was surprised at that.
beating the Kings 5-4 in a shootout. The Devils blanked the Sabres 5-0. The Canadiens beat the Golden Knights 4-1.
That was I didn't think of that.
Yeah, Flyers beat the Islanders 4-3 in a shootout. So, holy crap, that's 3 games decided in a shootout. The Blues beat the Senators 4-3, and the Flames beat the Panthers 5-3. So the Flames are on a bit of a heater right now, pun intended. Hurricanes beat the Jets. Hurricanes beat the Jets 5-1, and then the Capitals mounted a comeback and beat the Leafs, but the Leafs suck.
The Caps were down 2-1 with I think less than 10 minutes to go. And at that point, I was sitting in my car and I was looking at Bet365. Not the DraftKings, because we apparently can't use DraftKings in Vancouver or in BC. If not, I would be using DraftKings, just so you know. I don't know if your sponsor watches this or not, but bro, you guys gotta take care of us out in the West, because we ain't in Toronto, we ain't in Ontario. But I was looking at Bet365 and the Caps were at, I do decimal places, so it was like 4.1. And I was about to put in a bet and then they tie the game. I was like, oh, like it would have been such a good bet. 4 times, man, down 2-1 with 10 minutes to go. And how did I know? Because the Leafs always lose in the third. Dude, they're like second last in the East right now.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought up DraftKings, because let's do because we're about probably mid-show now. Do my sponsor read. And then we'll get into chat and some open discussion. Let's see if I can find it here. There we go. The Line Change Podcast is a presentation brought to you by DraftKings. Spinoramas, Michigan goals, a wicked sprawling save across the crease, or even a jaw-dropping glove save. Live and breathe all the highlight moments with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. New customers, this one's for you. Bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get paid out $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code THPN. That's code THPN to turn $5 into $200 in bonus bets, and your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY, which is 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas. Pass-through of per wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets, which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. This is a limited time offer. There we go.
And should we say you should know your limit, play within it?
I mean, they don't tell me to say that, so but get me.
No, that's our local gaming
Oh yeah,
slogan.
play now or play now.
Yeah, we ain't plugging that crap on. I really dislike using Play Now because you can't really cash out, and they only decide when and if you can cash out, which is garbage. And at the same time, their app, they finally have an app, but it's so buggy that you can't even place bets. You have to use the website. So what's the point? And it's apparently the only legal game in British Columbia.
So you guys got to get a little bit of that high quality H2O. So let's get to the people in comments. All the way back to the top. Actually, I start this one right away. So let me bring this up on the screen.
That was like right after the game. I when you had the link up, I was just like, yeah, we have to talk about this. Yeah.
I think it was just you. No. Yeah, I saw that right away and I was like, yes. Got Urban here. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Sounds like I'm glad I missed that one. I mean, maybe, unless you wanted to vent, then missed a pretty darn good one to be able to vent to.
No, like I said earlier, it was a good game in general. Just the officiating was really bad, and it kills the momentum entirely, and it just changes the whole pace of the game because of the goddamn officiating.
Yeah, definitely. And hey, check out this guy. 3 almost 4 paragraph rant coming about the officiating right off the top. Yeah, you'll have to, for those of you who just joining us, you'll have to go back and rewatch that. Ended up being like 3 minutes worth of ranting about the officiating. Irvin, sorry I'm late. All good. Sorry, but Adam Gaudette ruins everything. Yeah, I that shouldn't have been a goal, honestly. Especially after how you explained that. That was their reasoning. It's like can't just make a call like that on a whim.
Because the problem with that is, I think it's in the rule book. I'll have to go and double check. And if you guys are rewatching this, leave a comment about it. But if it wasn't called on the ice, they shouldn't even be reviewing it, right? So unless there was something there, they called it on the ice and said it was a goal, then they would have to have some concrete sort of evidence that it was a goal or that it wasn't a goal. Whereas right now they didn't call it, they did a review, and there was no concise evidence that it actually crossed it. You don't see the puck. Like usually when you do reviews, you have to see at least, say there are times, I think Canucks had one where the puck was straddling the line and they didn't see the white of the ice past the line. So they called the goal off. You didn't even see the puck in this review. What are you talking about? How do you even call it a goal, man? Seriously. That's what pisses me off because it would have been a tie game. At least the Canucks get a point. I mean, it depends on which side you're on, either rebuild tank or, let's get as many points as we can. But come on, man. That like just terrible officiating.
Yeah, I mean, I could have seen somewhat of their argument. Because keep in mind also Tolopilo's like the netting of his glove was black. Imagine if it had been white. Then yeah, you probably would have been able to see it a little bit more clearly. But the fact that his webbing was black and kind of meshed in with the puck, with the puck, you don't just make that call. Just especially when you literally go to a commercial break, and then people at home don't see anything that's going on during a commercial break. So yeah, definitely thought that should have been not happened. Or been shut out. SG. Yeah, he's probably happy. Although I didn't see no.
See, we should have well, Misa's injured, right? We should have invited SGA to come on for the show. It's a Sharks game, man. Only chance.
I mean, we got two more shark games, so we'll see. Patera tomorrow. I could see Patera starting tomorrow. I did hear recently that Lankinen will be joining the team on the road trip, and of course, there's only 2 games left on the road trip. So, I guess that's the question. Could he be there in time for tomorrow? You would think maybe you would want to give him Colorado, because you probably don't want a guy like Patera against Colorado. I mean, don't get me wrong, Tolopilo has played well, I think, the last couple of games. But you don't want to throw them to the wolves, considering what the Avalanche have been doing as of late. So I guess if I had to choose, I'd probably want Lankinen for Tuesday, and then I guess, yeah, Patera tomorrow, because I don't see them going back-to-back with Tolo.
You
Yeah,
never know, man.
definitely
It's foot, man.
true.
But here's another thing. Demko is actually on the trip.
Yeah,
And I
I
was
heard
also
that too.
saying, yeah, so I was saying that to my buddy who I was watching the game, and he says, no, man. Like, it's probably best if you throw Demko down to the AHL for like a quick couple game stint, just to make sure he's fully ready, as opposed to like throwing him in the game last time and he got injured again after one period. Like this, like they gotta make sure. But who knows? With the management, with the coaching, they might, since Demko's already there, they're like, why don't we throw him in? And then he gets injured for the rest of the season.
I mean, I did know that he was on the trip, but I think I saw something about, I'm not sure if it was, may have been actually from Dolly, where he's still like a couple weeks away. But for some reason, he's traveling with the team, like on this road trip, which is a little odd.
Go to Puckpedia, or I don't know where else. It said he's day to day though. Or I may be wrong. Am I frozen right now?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, I'm just trying to pull up Puckpedia right now. Let's
But I actually need to get
It does still
Are
say that he's technically still injured, but it does mention that he, November 24th, he's about him joining the team on the road trip.
Okay.
Maybe I need to actually look at the Canucks. Yeah, it says he's still on IR on Puckpedia. Like when it shows all the players, he's still listed as IR.
Okay. Lower body. No, but it says day to day though. I don't know if you can, well,
Oh yeah, it does say day to day on the active injuries right here,
yeah.
but it has Heedle as day to day as well, and I'm pretty sure
Yeah, so
Heedle's
maybe,
not day to day.
but it says Hogs is week to week, and he's
Hmm.
probably closer to day.
Yeah, and it says
Because
Jet Wu's
it's
even day to day.
yeah, so who knows?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but let's keep going. Swervin, I do believe it's extended 5-on-3. Oh, this is about the whole if there's another penalty called on a 5-on-3, he believes it's a extended 5-on-3. But the penalized player has to sit in the box.
Yeah,
He
I
goes
saw
on to
that.
say, never seen a 5-on-2. Yeah, I don't think I don't think that's even really happened. Like, and they make sure there's more than two players on the ice. He goes, remember May 22nd, 2011, in the conference finals versus the Sharks?
5-on-3s.
5-on-3 goals. Yeah. Canucks Uncensored. I'm not sure if this is Witt or Jordan, but terrible reffing. But man, we still went 0 for 9. Apparently, it was 0 for 7. That's what NHL's listed it as. Although I looked at the penalties and they did call like the infractions at the very end of the game, including PD for roughing when he did absolutely fucking nothing. He literally got up and then looked at whoever the hell cross-checked him in the back. And that's literally all he did. I did see he was trying to get whoever Besser was mixed up with, pry them off. But it looked like he was trying to pry Besser off of whoever Besser was going after. By the way, I love that. By the way, Besser just went nuts. Like, don't touch his boy PD, man, or else you'll go apeshit. Obviously, I know
That's more than
Sherwood was in there too.
it's more than we can say about Kane, man.
Yeah. Where was Kane in that? I don't recall. Oh, that's right. He was on the bench. Although of course, that official, like, fuck, what was his name? I mentioned his name earlier at the top because I called him a bum. Garrett Rank. You suck. I reiterate. And so does half of social media too. They were ripping on. I actually had to Google this guy because I was like, "Who the heck is this guy?" Apparently, he's a 38-year-old referee. I thought he was a lot younger, but I guess not. Where did I leave off? Here we go. Irvin, indifference set in yet? I mean, I don't know, but there's this one. PD with the hands, eye, and moving his feet. Great goal, referring to the PD goal. Yeah, definitely moving his feet. Funny how all it took was Rick Tocchet leaving town for PD to move his feet.
Man, but still, like he's still being Bambi right now. Like it just, oh god, he needs to strengthen his legs or something.
Yeah, but yeah, Canucks uncensored. He stood still at the end of the second. Some players were just standing there. Yeah,
But there was also
Uh,
like less than 2 seconds left. So, I mean, it's understandable. Like I saw that and I was like, what? And then I looked at the clock, it already ended. So
yeah, but at the same time, it's still not good body language. And apparently the teams talked to him about his body language. Like apparently it's been addressed. That's at least from what I'm hearing. So it's interesting to see him, do it again. Erwin, did you guys hear?
especially when you're wearing this, when you have this.
Yeah. And then even when he was like talking about like what professionalism in his interview, like being professional with Rutherford. Well, what you were doing tonight was not professional whatsoever. And
Maybe Rutherford told him what he had for breakfast and he wasn't happy about it.
I saw that part and it was like, where the hell did that come from? Irving goes, did you guys hear S&P name drop Aquilini's nephew Dax, who's in charge of the Vancouver Warriors? No, I don't think I actually watched S&P today. I was up early and going, well, not Black Friday shopping, but I went to go get something from Best Buy. And Best Buy was surprisingly dead at 8:30 this morning when they opened. As was Park Royal too. Park Royal was dead.
Did you pick up anything?
I picked up a cord that I needed to try and connect my laptop to my monitor so I could do like the share screen a bit better. Cord doesn't work. And it's not the cord. It's not the cord issue. It's an issue with my monitor. It won't.
Hey, it's Black Friday, man. Time for a new monitor.
Yeah. But yeah.
I looked on Amazon, and the cheapest monitor you can get is probably like $100 right now.
Yeah, I think I poked my head into Staples, and I think they had one for under 100, which was pretty decent actually. Keep in mind, the one I have now is a 2011 monitor, so yeah,
you need an upgrade.
I definitely do need an upgrade.
If anyone in chat knows of any good deals, let us know. Like I'm actually in the market for a lot of computer stuff. I need a computer. I got my microphone. I already know what camera. We're gonna be starting something soon. And hopefully I'm not going to be doing this with you on my phone and on an actual camera with some good sound and good video. But if any of you guys have like a good setup that you can recommend, let me know. And if I can pick it up for Black Friday, that'd be even better.
Irvin continuing on about, I guess, Aquilini's nephew, Dax. They said he runs the team extremely well and is very bright. Well, at least somebody in the Aquilini family is very bright. Hopefully I don't get censored for that.
Have you gone to a Warriors game, Tyler?
No, I haven't had the chance to go, but I would love to go to one. I've heard nothing but good things about the Warrior games.
So the Warrior games are kind of like the Giants games in a way, but just even more fun. Like it's hard to concentrate because they have music blasting the whole game. It's not like how in hockey they only play it during timeouts or between plays, stuff like that. It's during the whole game. They have mid-game guests doing musical stuff. Cheap drinks is actually $5 on particular drinks, and tickets are super cheap. I mean, they increased it this year to $29 a game. They used to be $25, but obviously inflation. But it's definitely worth going to, because you're sitting in the lower bowl. They don't have the upper bowl open, so it's $25. I sat in the clubs last time, and that was before they changed all the seats. So it's a good deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I need to get out to a Warriors game. obviously get out to a Golden Eyes game as well, but even also a Canadiens game too, and then throw in the Warriors too.
Dude, the Canadian games are so much fun. Especially since you love baseball so much, the Canadian games are so like, dude, it actually is $5 beers, couple dollar hot dogs, and you have the best time of your life, man. For a AAA team, and you get to watch people move up the ranks, like Savage. He was here for a while. So yeah, it's a good, like, Vancouver market actually has some sports that you can go to that are economically affordable. It's just not the Canucks right now.
If that call was made in the playoffs, imagine the rise. Is this the Quinn Hughes one that were? I mean, there were so many. I'm not sure if this was the Quinn in regards to the Quinn Hughes ones or Quinn Hughes one. Canucks Uncensored. Look on the bright side. Calgary 1 point behind us, and Nashville winning and could be 2 points behind us. Yeah. Okay. Yay.
There goes Team Tank. That's Team Tank right there. You know what Uncensored is thinking?
Oh yeah. I mean, didn't Calgary win? How is Calgary 1 point behind us? They won, and they've won like what, 4 in a row?
No, because they were behind us the whole time, and then even with those wins that they had, and then the Canucks won against the Ducks, so that's why they're only a point behind.
Okay, that makes more sense.
And also at that time, Canucks had games in hand, and Calgary wasn't up there, so they pretty much caught up. So that says a lot, because if Calgary is only a point behind, then what are the Canucks' playoff chances right now?
Yeah,
I think it's 38 games. They have to win 38 games in like 58 games, something like that, or 38 games in 58 games, something around that point, just to make the playoffs.
Yeah. I heard someone talking about this. I can't remember where exact. Oh, I think it may have been on Canucks After Dark. Actually, they were mentioning how the Canucks need to win every other game, like literally for the rest of the season, to make it into the playoffs.
Yeah, but if they win every other game at this point right now, they'd still be under 500. Because the record right now is, what is it, 11-13-2? If I remember correctly.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I think it was 11-12 prior to this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Canucks are 1-4 with Camp in the lineup. PD has 5 points in 5 games with Camp in, or Comp in. I didn't know that PD stat, him having 5 points in 5 games, but Canucks being 1-4.
He was also shotless last game.
PD?
Shotless and pointless last game, I think. Or the game before, I can't remember. But it was just, I think it was last game because I bet on that. So 0 shots.
Game against didn't PD get an assist on that dot goal?
Sorry, the game before then. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta stop betting on the Canucks because it all comes back. Yeah. Dude, it was the Jays that got me the bank. Like that, I'm my bankroll right now. If it wasn't for the Jays, I wouldn't have a roll, like a bankroll right now to like make bets. Jays just, dude, I loved it this last season.
Quinn's goal against Calgary didn't look like passion. I saw more disgust than anything.
Agreed.
You mean that in a yeah. I mean, some could even say, you know, he just completely ignored the rest of the team and just was like, you know, F this, I'm doing this myself. You know, because no one else can do it.
That 5-2 goal was basically telling the team, fuck you, I'm taking this on my back. If you guys can't do shit, I will do it. That was a statement right there. And I don't know if you've noticed in between whistles, it feels like Huggy and Petey are not on the same page right now. Like it seems like they're not vibing or anything. Like it's weird. And then, but during that 5-2 goal, the first person he fist bumped was Petey. So I was like, okay, cool, whatever. Maybe there isn't. I'm just looking too much into it. But even this game, I think it was during one of the power plays. He was just he could have passed to Petey easily, and he's just like, fuck it, whatever, and he passed it to someone else. So I think he's a little pissed off, to be very honest.
Yeah, I did see that, and I even saw someone tweet something about it. You know, basically saying like he thinks Hughes was pissed at Petey over a cross-ice pass that Petey made to Besser on the power play, which, by the way,
that was
a pass.
No, that was slow. He wasn't expecting it though. Besser wasn't expecting it. That's a problem.
So I think Hughes was pissed off about that, and then that's why later on Hughes, who Petey was wide open several times, and he just was like, "I'm not passing to you."
He's an idiot. Takes too long to make a pass or make a decision or take just stupid shots.
I did notice, and I did see some critiques on Quinn during the power play too, where he just kept shooting it from the point, you know, at literally like bodies in front of the net. Like, yeah.
At one point, it was a straight line of sharks in his way. It was like staggered in his way. There's no way the puck would have made it to the net, and he still shot it. And I was like, okay, whatever, power to you. Let's get some more shots. And a shout out to Witten and Uncensored. Yeah, they outshot the other team again and lost. How funny is that?
Yeah, literally when this game ended, first thing I did is I looked at the shots. I was like, oh, Witten, there you go. But yeah, I just thought Quinn just shooting from the point just recklessly and we've seen it a little too much lately. Like take your time with the shots. Don't just shoot it into a bunch of sharks.
No, it's if your team is not shooting and just making these like, oh my god, there was a power play. No, it was a 4-on-4 just before a Canucks power play, and you'd see Kane, DPD, and like a bunch of people like making these passes between their legs and like just like cycling, hovering around the blue line and not going deep instead of shooting the damn puck. Because the problem is, if you shoot the puck, at least it creates some sort of chaos, and the other team is going to get frazzled, and they're going to move all around. That gives you space to make more plays. Whereas if you're just continuing the pass, they're just in their box. The PK. If you shoot it, the box is going to collapse. And then if you pass the puck somewhere else, you're going to get another open shot. They're not shooting. That's why Huggy is shooting. That's the way I see it. Because it's about, I mean, what Witten said about, you know, being outshot and still win the game. Yeah, okay. Maybe they're having better quality shots. That's why they're overthinking it and they're making a perfect pass and getting, you know, the right shot. When they don't, and they outshoot the other team, which is what Huggy is trying to do, they lose because they don't have that quality shot anymore. In the last 5 minutes, actually no, even less than that, in the third period, look at the amount of saves. What's the guy's name? Asuka or
Askarov?
Askarov, yeah. Look at the amount of saves he had just in the last 3 minutes of the game. Saved a PD, 2 on Quinn. Even though one was about to go wide, he still caught it with his glove. those are the like. It's just unlucky. Like you had a goalie that was on it. Because if not, at least it creates some sort of chaos and it gives the team a better chance of just passing it to an open player and getting a potential open net goal, right? But it just didn't work for them, and officiating, like we said, was just garbage today.
Mm-hmm. Irvin, winning today wouldn't have changed my opinion of the organization. Oof.
I don't think it'll change his mind even if we make the playoffs. So
I mean, at least this wasn't as bad as the Calgary loss. At least we, showed up. But Garland logged a career high 24 minutes and 28 seconds today. Yeah. This is why you don't trade this guy. You keep this guy around. I even said in a recent video that, if I had to choose Garland or Sherwood, I'm trading Sherwood, between the two. You keep Garland. Plus, I think Sherwood might get you more value just based off of how he's playing. I mean, at minimum, he gets you a second. You would much
here's
rather
the question.
Get you a first, though.
Here's the question to you. I think I've said before, like I love Sherwood's game. Like he's that power forward that we miss. Like we can't sell him as a top line, top six, at most maybe like a top 9 player. Love the physicality, but at the same time, if you've noticed, he hasn't been hitting as much. But surprisingly to me, I looked at the hits earlier today, and he's second. He's only off the first like top hits in the league by, I don't know, less than a handful. So I was actually quite surprised. It feels to me, I said it on other streams, that it feels like Sherwood's doing too much to sell that he scored or assisted or whatever. You know the goal I was talking about. It was that DeBrusque goal that PD got. Like I'm still stuck on that. I'm sorry. Like, dude, Sherwood tried to shoot it. He whiffed. He didn't even touch the puck. He got an assist for it. And then PD ended up getting the goal when DeBrusque actually shoved it in. I'm so pissed off because that would have won me my bet. 2 bets actually. And because of that, I don't think Sherwood has scored since. Or maybe he's had 1 goal. But the month of the clutch or DeBrusque is more of month of the bust. Because last year he had 14 goals in November, which is half, almost half, well, pretty much half, because I think he had 29 goals last year, or 28. And this year in November, I think he's had 6. So that is another thing that's really worrisome. Like some people have been saying, yeah, why don't you trade DeBrusque? His value is not there, man. He's streaky, but apparently not streaky enough this year in November.
Yeah, definitely. Got Alfred in the house. What's up, buddy? Refs suck, but the Canucks suck too. Yeah. Just incredible. Hi, all. I'm on the way to Rogers Arena, watching en route. Justin,
what's up, Justin?
See, PD had 5 shots. Sorry, I just had to throw that in there. When I was reading the box scores earlier and I saw PD had 5 shots, I was like, oh, Justin, 5 shots. That's good. Canucks power play was hard to watch. Yeah. I mean, like I said, 0 for 8. And yeah, this is a real head scratcher. Reichel doesn't cut it as a center. Kane experiment should be over on top line. Put Reichel on the top line with PD before we write him off. Yeah, I wouldn't
100%.
I wouldn't mind seeing that and having him on the wing. I also don't understand why they would just suddenly throw him at center after it's known that it's not working. And they're like, this guy's, up for grabs if anyone wants to trade for him. You have him scratched for 3 games, and now all of a sudden you're going to throw him back at center when you know it's not working. That shows me Foot's inexperience as a head coach.
Or is it the PAJR trying to sell Reichel right now
Maybe
and
that's
hope
actually
he gets something, right?
That's
I
actually
mean,
a really good point.
look at the power play in the third. PD wasn't even on the ice. I mean, it was hard for him to get on, but at one point, your PP1 was Sherwood, Linus Carlson, Evander Kane, Besser, and Hughes. PD was nowhere to be seen. At that point, there wasn't even a center on that power play. It was so weird.
Oh yeah, is that one where he took the penalty and was in the box?
No. Before that. Before that. Yeah, there was one before that too. That power play, I think Camp was on a power play, even though the guy has no offensive upside, but Camp was there just for the face-off. Because there was no Ratu. Like Ratu was scratched because Foot said, I think he needs some time just to like reset and refocus. That's why they moved Sasson up to second line. Then you had Camp in the third line, and then that's why Reichel slotted in on the fourth line. That's the reason why. But I don't know. I don't see how Ratu's game is as bad as Reichel. If you bring in Reichel, you like Uncensored was saying, it's most likely better if you throw him on the wing, get him to have some confidence, and go from there. Like the guy has handles, he has some speed. It's just, I think the question is the hockey IQ, and also I think it's just lack of confidence right now.
Mm-hmm. We got Justin, great goal by EP40, but falling as normal. Back to the tank. Flames winners of 4 of their last 5, and Preds not far behind either. We touched on that a little bit earlier. I did notice this when I was going through the box scores and talking about all the ice times. Reichel had like 4.5 minutes out of 60. So that also makes me, beg the question: why was he even playing? If you're only going to play him 4.5 minutes over 60 minutes. I think even Baines was like under 10. He was like 5 minutes or something like that at one point. So I just think it's inexperience from Adam Foote, and it's really showing with his juggling of the lines. It's like, make up your mind. Like, and this is also, I noticed this as well, with all the talk recently. I know we haven't done a post-game show since all the stuff's been come out, about Hughes, what Jimmy said and whatnot about like the plan, is to get younger. Well, if the plan's to get younger, why are young guys like Reichel, Baines hardly getting any ice time? And I think even Dolly pointed it out that a lot of the younger guys are not getting enough ice time, and yet they want to get younger. So I just wanted to throw that out into the YouTube community and get their takes on that.
It's a miscommunication between Foote and management.
Yeah. Especially after, seeing Reichel only at like under 5 minutes. Justin, let's go Flames and Preds. He's on the Flames and Predators wagon. Okay. Swervin, I bring up Dax Aquilini because they won't sell the team, but you could see the team staying in the family and somebody smart taking over at the top. Yeah.
What? Is that in like 20 years?
Yeah. Might have to wait until Francesco, I'm not actually going to finish what I was going to say.
Tell me
but
after.
You know where I was going with that. You know where I was going with that. Justin, I'll be watching Joe Coy tonight at Rogers Arena.
Dope.
Nice.
I hope it's good.
Alfred, 10, 13, and 2 after today's game, actually. So we're not 11 and 13.
Yeah, I was because the Sharks were at 11, I think.
Swerven. Yeah.
So they're 3 games under 500 now.
Urban, negative Canuck fans. Yeah, negative Canuck fans. I mean, isn't that what we are sometimes, at least according to people who are outside of Vancouver?
I'm sorry, it's not negative. We're just stating facts. That's all. And Justin was just stating a fact.
Yeah.
We just don't have to be we're not negative about it.
Yeah.
We're just stating that is the record, right?
No, and I think the actual word is what we're called is toxic on social media. But guys, Twitter's toxic in general, so there's that. Over in Gerald, just bet against the Canucks.
No, man. Like I thought there'd be. I bet on a tie today. I bet on a tie and the Sharks to win in overtime. So, because come on, man, Justin, was that Alfred or Justin? I didn't see that made that comment.
That was Alfred.
Yeah,
that was Alfred. Yeah.
So, especially with what Justin said and what I kind of thought is losing to the Flames and then winning this road trip. Like you don't bet against the Canucks if you know they're going to do the Canuck thing, and then. Yeah, I bet on the Sharks in overtime. I didn't bet on them to win in regulation because they had their issues also. I mean, they lost to the Avs. What is it, 6-0 the other night.
Yeah.
And then the games before that, it came to either a shootout or overtime. So, that's why that bet would have been right. I mean, if the goddamn puck in the glove did not count as a goal, then it would have been a tie. And then the Sharks would have won. So I would have technically been right.
Now, Alfred, do the Canucks all-time record. No, I think I saw that actually recently. I don't know what I was like researching, but I was like looking something up, and I noticed it pop up, and I was just like, I did not like how it looked.
Yeah. Also the record for the Sharks and Canucks. Do you know the record?
I mean,
yeah, the Canucks should be winning tonight.
Wasn't it like what 10-1 or something?
Something around that. I don't know, 9 or 10. Yeah. And Huggy is over a point a game against the Sharks. He got a point tonight, right?
I don't think he did actually.
Oh, he didn't. Okay.
Let me quickly double check. Because I don't think I saw him getting a point.
He had 4 shots though. He had 4 shots and I think 6 or 7 attempted.
Yeah, he had no points, but yeah, 4 shots on goal. Yeah, Canucks 2-7-1 when out shooting opponents. Oh boy. Yeah, I really don't know what to say. I mean, you would think it would be the other way around.
It's lack of quality shots. It's like the shots that happened in the third, and the goalie saved them, all of them. That's why.
Mm-hmm. So what other teams are doing that the Canucks are not is winning the battle for the loose puck after the initial shot. Yeah, I've been noticing that. I've been actually noticing that actually a lot, actually. Where am I?
They also need to work when they actually have practice time, they need to start working on passing. Maybe it's like I don't know if you watched the Mighty Ducks movies or the franchise back in the day, and they had the players pass eggs. Maybe they should
Oh yeah,
be doing that in practice.
yeah, yeah. No, if we make the playoffs, it will give us at least something to be excited for.
What, 2 home games? That's what Aquilini's looking for. 2 home games of revenue, and that's it.
Yeah. Ratu would do way more. Scratch Baines, put Ratu at center, and then put Reichel on the wing. If Foot keeps this up, Manny is coming up.
Agreed.
Yeah. I haven't really been too impressed with Foot. It just seems to be like the same mistakes continuing and like over and over and over again. So just incredible. 5 games under true 500 though. Got I think this is Green from Kempner Canucks. Ref, you yelled at me. Now get to the box. FML, terrible. And the powerless play hurt us big time. Yeah,
That was a ridiculous call, man.
Yeah, like I said at the top, don't even fucking get me started on that. Like, that was so weak and so soft. I actually kind of went on a little bit of a rant on X, and I basically said, that was, bullshit, and that referee's a freaking snowflake.
And to call the extra 2,
Yeah.
it was 4 minutes for Celebrini. And you could see the reaction from the kid in the penalty box. He's like, that's fucking bullshit.
Oh yeah, he slams his stick against the glass and goes, that's bullshit. I'll admit, and Shark fans aren't gonna like this, but I'll admit I kind of laughed at that one just because I was like, okay, maybe that is, a makeup. Because I didn't actually see Celebrini. I'm not sure if I really even saw him I saw him kind of arguing when the call was initially made. But at the same time, Celebrini, you literally cross-checked the guy like how many times? And you got away with, it looked like 2 of them. And then the third one, Hronik may have gone down, but it's like you did it 3 times. Dude, like, come on, kid. Like, you're not Connor McDavid.
Yet.
They're just going to admit. Yeah, yet. Almost there, bud. Almost there. Maybe 5 years from now or something, or maybe even less, actually. I did see he's up to 21 assists now this season. Like, holy crap.
He's still second, I think.
Yeah, put that kid on Team Canada, man. Like, he's both him and Bedard are making cases to be on the Canadian Olympic team.
Well, but the problem is, who do you take off? That's the problem.
I think they were kind of talking about that in between periods. Like, who do you take off to put Celebrini in? I don't think I really heard a name. I can't remember exactly if I heard a name, but they were trying to say put Celebrini in there.
No, because the problem with Team Canada, they never imagined their bet was one or the other. So either Bedard or Macklin Celebrini would get some consideration. They didn't expect both of them to blow up like this early in the season. That's why.
Mm-hmm. Swerve and Urban, man, Canadian teams this year. Yeah. I did want to I think I had this in my notes. I think I completely skipped over it, but I wanted to mention this. Where did it go? Here we go. We already kind of did the scoreboard nonchalantly, but I was going to mention, there were 14 games. Yeah, 14 games played here today because there were no games yesterday on American Thanksgiving. I don't get that. Teams play on Canadian Thanksgiving, but can't for American Thanksgiving, yet hockey is a Canadian sport. Canadian game. Make it make sense.
Yo, there's 20. What is it? How many Canadian teams do we have? 7, right? So there's 25 American teams. So it's pretty much an American game right now.
Well, they say it's an American, but it was originated in Canada. It's American game is what, baseball or football?
Americans pastime.
Yeah, but anyway, that's a little bit of a rant there I wanted to bring up just because I thought it was a little funny too. Where did I leave off? Here we go. No points for Hughes tonight. Yeah. Last I checked, Ottawa was the best at 14th out of 32 in the league. Wow. Yeah, I saw. I think I was reading an article for a video I put out earlier. I think it was actually the one about Sherwood, actually, about like what teams might be like interested in him. And there was a little graphic of like the standings, and I think I even pointed it out in the video. I was like, "Oh, Ottawa's way up there. What the hell?" I was a little surprised, but Irvin Kau, Canada's team. Hello. Oh, you mentioning that scene from the Mighty Ducks?
Yeah.
With the eggs. Iceland was in the final of a junior tournament.
Yeah, in the movie.
Oh, in the movie. Yeah, that part I didn't remember. It's been a really long time since I watched that. I guess this is a response to the whole Quinn Hughes unsportsmanlike ref. So fucking sensitive. Yeah, a little too sensitive. And apparently this referee is known for being sensitive. Because did you hear like Ray Ferraro completely like obliterate that referee on the broadcast? Basically saying like a veteran referee would not make that call. And he like roasted this official like during the broadcast. I was a little surprised. But
Didn't
hey,
you
at
say the
least
official's 37?
Think his
Because that's what you said, right?
Yeah, I think that was his number. It was shit. What's his face? Like I said, I wrote his name down. Garrett Rank.
His last name is Rank?
Yeah. And he ranks.
Oh my gosh.
He ranky. Literally. Shouldn't even be a ref at all. Yeah, I think I saw some people on X mentioning that. KJ Green, Canucks are the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. Foot needs to move his feet right out of town. And yes, it's Green, bro. Good to see you. Yeah. Good to see you, Green. Something about Konechny out. Is he out with an injury?
Is Konechny still playing for the Flyers?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. I think he's talking about for Team Canada, maybe.
Okay.
The 2 kids. Yeah, it's Green says Celebrini over Bedard 100%. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a Celebrini versus Bedard like stat sheet here, but I do think Celebrini's slightly outperforming Bedard in points, or it's pretty darn close between the two. I mean, remember that what was it that I think it was a week ago where they both had hat tricks the same night. That is insane. It's like one of those like, yeah, anything you can do, I can do better. And then Swervin says, and to be honest, maybe Mark Stone too, out of Team Canada. Yeah, maybe. I mean, depends on if they throw him on IR.
No, well, he's back already. He's skating. back in
I
yeah.
yeah, I know he's back. I got him in my fantasy, so I took him off IR. I was like, yay! But now I need to find someone to take your spot on IR until you go back on. I guess referring to the Celebrini penalty. Yeah, come on. You gave 3 cross checks before you got a penalty. Marchand gave 12 cross checks to Henrik Sedin and no call. You are a future Canuck man. Come on, don't get so mad. That, yeah, definitely. KJ Green, Canadian teams are doing great as long as we ignore hockey. Although Blue Jays did amazing and Raptors are killing it right now. Yeah, the Raptors are on a roll right now.
Very surprising though, to be honest.
Yeah. The Blue Jays did amazing too, but still kind of hurts. Although they made one heck of a splash the other day, signing that pitcher to 7 years, $210 million. One of the top 3 starting pitchers on the market, and they did it before anyone else has even made a move. Like, they haven't even had their winter meetings yet, and the Jays were like, boom, we're
Played
getting
for
our guy.
Padres, right?
Yeah,
Played for the Padres, right?
He was on the Padres last year. And he was one of the top 3 rotation guys that were free agents, and the Jays were like, we're done being bridesmaids, we're getting our guy. And they apparently had their eyes on him for a while now. So they added to their rotation, and their rotation is looking pretty fucking stacked, I'll admit, going into next season.
Hey,
But
since we're
let's
on
get
the
back
Jays, just quickly, do you think they'll keep Bichette? Do you think
I
they'll
hope
be able
so.
to keep Bichette? Because if
Yeah.
not, they'll get some picks if someone else signs them, right?
Yeah, they will. That's the whole reason they did that qualifying offer. And I've had
Yeah.
I've had some people talk to me, be like, oh, he turned down that freaking qualifying offer. He's not coming back. I was like, that literally always happens. They always turn it down.
Or maybe it's just to help out the Jays in case he leaves.
Well, yeah, that's the whole point behind the qualifying offer is they get compensation back if he signs with another team. And most of the time, players who get that qualifying offer, they always turn it down because they know why the team is doing it, and they're not interested in that contract. And it's usually a pretty low ball contract, it's kind of like the bare minimum.
The minimum that they can qualify, right? So Bichette's probably just looking for more money, and it buys them a bit more time just to talk, possibly.
Mm-hmm. True. Where were we? There we go. Celebrini plays a 200-foot game. Bedard is more offense only, and Celebrini still puts up as many points or more. He's the better player for sure. Yeah, I definitely agree on him playing a 200-foot game. I even saw some of the defensive plays he made in this game in particular, and I even heard on the broadcast a lot of the broadcasters even bringing it up and talking about it. But yeah, you definitely see Bedard more offensively than you do defensively. So yeah, I would definitely give an edge to Celebrini for sure. If you want Team Canada to be fast, you say no to Mark Stone. No.
Yeah, but you need some physicality from Stone.
True. What about Schaefer? Yeah, he might be putting his name into the mix if he keeps this up. Because Schaefer is absolutely amazing. And
dude, the guy's a beast.
I mean, honestly,
he's in PP1, man.
Yeah, honestly, kudos to the Islanders for drafting this kid. I actually just started a new NHL be a pro, and I got drafted first overall by the Islanders. So I'm like, Schaefer who? But I'm a center, so. But yeah, no, he's absolutely, and I think he was I think I saw something earlier, something about like him being like the first 18-year-old with 10 goals in his first however many games.
He had a 6-game point streak
Mm-hmm.
to start the season. Well, I think he was pointless in the first couple, maybe, and then he had a point in his first game, and then didn't score in 2 games afterwards, and then went on a 6-game point streak.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, there are referrals in that contract for Dylan Cease. So it's actually 7 years, 182 million, 26 million a year. Looks way better when you know that there's referrals, which is what a lot of contracts nowadays take. Like Shohei Ohtani's contract, you may think of it as 700 million or whatever. It's tacked with freaking deferrals. So he's not actually getting all of that money. A lot of it is deferred.
I think he makes 10 million a year, and then everything else is deferred. It's like for tax purposes. Just when he retires, he could either go to Florida, or I don't know if he goes back home to Japan. But it's to defer all the taxes. And just bro, like the guy has endorsements left and right. The amount of money he doesn't care. Just the amount of endorsements that he gets each year is more than that. So yeah, he doesn't care about money.
KJ Green says Bo is gone. Trade for Ketel Marte and sign Tucker. Better option. I do like Ketel Marte. And yeah, I do think when it comes to Tucker and Bo, it's one or the other. I don't think they'd be able to sign both of those guys, plus having just signed Cease, because that's going to be a lot of freaking money. I'm thinking Tucker's probably going to want maybe 400. Bo's going to want 2 something. So you're going to be in Vladdy territory with just those 2 alone. So yeah, I think it's one or the other that they're going to get. I did see someone say they were surprised that Bo hasn't signed anywhere, or that we haven't heard any offers from any other teams. It's all good. Also, it's all good, buddy. It happens from time to time. So, Mark Stone is good for one thing and one thing only: going on LTIR so his team can sign another star player for a playoff run, then miraculously be back for game 1 of the playoffs every year. Apparently they're going to be putting a stop to that. So, I wouldn't be surprised if Vegas did it one final time. Schaefer, 8 goals in first 28 games is the stat. Yeah. 2010, Doughty was a second-year player, and people didn't really know how good he was, but Scott Niedermayer was a big believer in him. Yeah. I mean, I know Doughty's not really liked very well here in Vancouver because of comments he's made in the past about the city and whatnot.
That team.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not been very nice at all about, I think even to this day, he hates coming to Vancouver. Even when the Kings have a game here,
because if people see him, they're gonna bring that back. A team like that, the Canucks even capitalized on that and made a shirt. I have one of those shirts. Can't lose a team like that. Come on, man. And Doughty, Doughty, I think, was the last youngest player to make Team Canada in 2010. He was 20 years old at the time. So with Celebrini and Bedard, if either one makes it, they're going to be even younger. I think they're 19. I think 19 or 20.
I think isn't Celebrini a year older than Bedard?
I can't remember. It's one of them is older than the other, but I just don't know which one. And I think one's I think Bedard's 21 and Celebrini's 20.
Celebrini is 19 and Bedard is 20.
19. Okay, so yeah, 19 and 20.
But Bedard's a year older. Doughty is a good player, bit of a baby, yeah, but still a good player. Yeah, there's no question how good he is, and I think he's injured right now. I think it's something to do with his ankle again, which I think he was out with to start the season, or that may have been last year actually. Alfred, Doughty is a man-child, no Doughty. I see what you did there. Swerve and Irvin, Doughboy. Talking about Doughty. But yeah, I've never really been too big of a Doughty fan. But that's just because of the whole, team like that thing. But I digress. That's, it is what it is. But I was very wrong when it came to this road trip, though. I kind of predicted the Canucks going 2-1, at least on the California leg of this. I actually picked the opposite of what's happened. I figured they would lose to the Ducks because the Ducks were, really good. And I figured if they were going to beat a single one of these California teams, it was going to be San Jose. And the opposite happened. Like, I am still.
You can still make
surprised.
2-1. You can still make 2-1 on the Cali trip.
Yeah, if you beat LA. But I figured out of the three, they would most likely beat the Sharks.
Yeah, but LA's also heating up right now, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But guess what? They'll probably think, oh, the Canucks suck. And then, they'll half-ass it and think they'll still win. And then the Canucks come out storming.
Yeah, just like how the Ducks did on the other night.
Exactly.
I gotta say that surprised me that the Ducks came out like that. I mean, I did see that Dostal didn't play.
The Ducks did play well. They just didn't play great. They didn't play their usual stuff. Like, they played the average game, and then the Canucks sort of capitalized, and which is what the Canucks should be doing every game. But it's not like the Ducks didn't play a good game. Like, the Ducks, it's a great team to watch, to be honest. Much better than the Canucks, if I'll be honest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if it wasn't for those awful orange jerseys, I probably want to watch them a lot more. But
they're pretty sharp, though. Come on, man. They're pretty sharp.
The logo itself, it's just the orange. It kind of doesn't like. Imagine if there were like the
purple again
color, like a very, very almost blackish, like blackish, dark purple. With like
so
a little
like the Mighty Ducks,
where you can see the purple. Yeah, but do slight different, like a darker shade of purple than what they're used to. I don't mind the away ones. I mean, if they even like maybe threw in a little bit more black on the orange ones, it would be a little bit better. But I think they just have too much orange. Green says, I think Garland and Sherwood are going to be traded and Kane at minimum. I think I saw something about Kane that they're probably going to more so wait till closer to the deadline to trade Kane for some reason.
No, they should trade him now.
He says, trade Kane back to Edmonton for a second.
Like, come on, man. Like, the fan base is asking for Kane, but is management going to listen to the fan base and be like, oh, we're going to bring him back? The only way they'll bring him back is if Canucks retain, and Edmonton will have to give at least a second for him. But given how he's playing so poorly right now, yeah, you'd be lucky to get a third.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, one more thing. The Kane penalty in the third was weak. This is the first time. It's the first time I'm actually going to say Kane didn't slash or didn't whatever. Like, he didn't deserve the penalty. He was right for arguing for this one. All the other ones, it's his fault and he shouldn't be arguing. But this one today, He all the right to argue it.
Oh yeah, like I didn't see any contact with a hand. I just saw contact with the stick, and it looked like a light tap too. Like it wasn't like it was
It was like a
light.
love tap, man. It was like a
Yeah,
love tap, and they called a penalty. Like, what? Really?
I'm really surprised that he didn't get an extra 2 minutes for arguing on that one.
Yeah.
But perhaps I guess
The Celebrini one was just to make a statement and also like to make up for the calls in the before. Especially that stupid goal, right? But the problem
Yeah.
is how much time was left. They had like a 4 minute power play. It was 4-on-4 for I don't know, less than a minute, and then they had 3 minutes of something left. But the game only had a minute and a half or less than 2 minutes. Like, yeah, okay, if they score, they go into the overtime with the power play and they win. Is that what they're thinking? Man, they're overestimating the Canucks. Man. The Canucks haven't scored a 5-on-3 goal all season. It's been 25 games. You think they're going to score one on a 6-on-4? Or actually, no, it would have been a 6-on-3 with 1.9 seconds, and I think the clock should have had more time on it, more than 1.9. If they had maybe 5 seconds, Vesser has a chance, and it would have been a tie game.
Yeah, I didn't really understand their whole reasoning for like resetting the clock to 1.9 seconds and then trying to talk about like, oh, the faceoff is going to be here. Oh, no, the faceoff is going to be here because, something about Quinn and, not being a part of that little, skirmish at the end.
Yeah.
Just drop the fucking puck. Like, enough with this. It's 1.9 seconds. And you've called how many penalties in this game? Just drop the damn puck and get the game over.
Let's just finish it. Yeah, let's just finish it.
Just finish it. Like, yeah, you would want or hope that the Canucks would have a chance 1.9 seconds. Yeah, they would have if you had done it to 5 seconds on the clock, but it's 1.9. Like,
yeah, it's pathetic.
I think they even talked about that on Rink Wide. I didn't actually watch Rink Wide. I'll probably go back and watch it because I noticed Harman Dial was the co-host on it, and I really like Harman. So I'll probably definitely, and I just want to see them both rant about the officiating because they mentioned that they talk about it. So,
Duolingo's in.
Oh, nice.
What's up, Duolingo?
The Ducks orange and the Stars neon green hurt the eyes too much. I actually don't mind the Stars as neon green ones. I actually kind of like them, but speaking of the Stars, the jerseys they're rocking tonight, the old 99 inspired ones look absolutely freaking sick. Like if you haven't had a chance to see those jerseys, like just look on X on Twitter, you'll see pictures of them. They look absolutely freaking beautiful. And hey, if I was a Stars fan, I'd want one of those.
Back in the Brett Hall days, Hall, Belfour,
like
Medano.
Yeah, with the old star logo they had. Apparently, Ottinger wore like a Ed Belfour inspired mask. It even had like the eagle on it.
Nice.
Pretty dope. Do you guys think trading Kane needs to be a deadline deal for teams to bite? I do kind of feel as though, at least that's what I'm hearing, that I think I saw something from like Canucks news summaries, did like a little one of his graphics about it. And he feels as though teams will probably be more open to getting Kane once most of that contract's like eaten up, like for like the rest of the year. So that's what I'm hearing right now when it comes to trading Kane. But yeah, I could definitely see Kane being more of a deadline deal than now, as much as I want it to be now. But that's just what I've been hearing. So we'll see.
So here's the theory: is if they trade him now, it lessens the chances for team tank. Right? If they trade him now, if you keep him around, that helps team tank. And also, if they trade him now, there is a chance. The only way another team will take it is Canucks retain and they'll get a higher pick. But if it's at the trade deadline, it's most likely going to be a third and they don't have to retain. So those are sort of the differences.
Mm-hmm. Those Duck homesteaders wanted to make sure they represented Orange County, but still look, man. Yeah, I read that was the inspiration behind the orange is to represent Orange County. But again, to me, it's just a little too much orange.
Hey, I like them, man. I actually do like them. I'm weird, but I'm not an orange guy. But the thing is, I actually like the Oilers orange jerseys.
Yeah,
Orange and then the blue and the blue like it's kind of like that, but it's a whole orange for the Ducks. And then the logo is pretty sick.
Yeah. Yeah, because those Oilers ones, it's basically like a reverse of what their regular home ones are, just reversed with the orange instead of the blue, and it's just like opposite. It's
Yeah.
kind of like their own like retro reverse kind of thing. I do like those ones, for sure.
If I were to ever get an Oilers jersey, I'm just saying if, not that I would get an orange one.
So you're saying there's a chance?
A McDavid orange one. Actually, no, maybe not McDavid. Probably like Draisaitl.
You sure you don't want to get a Podkolzin?
No, he's gonna eventually come back to the Canucks, so we'll wait for that.
Did you say a Draisaitl one? I was about to say maybe a Roslovic one too, or that might be an option.
Hell, if I'm gonna get one, I'll get a Stuart Skinner one, and then I'll burn it.
Oh, Swervin, be more specific when you say Kane penalty. yeah, good point. I think that was the only penalty he took in this game. So
yeah, it was in the third. It was on a breakaway, and Kane was defending, and he tapped the stick or tapped the leg of I want to say Will Smith, but I don't remember exactly who. And then there was a penalty. Like it was he defended it well, actually, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I have noticed, at least for the last few games, Kane's taking not. I've seen a bit more than usual him taking like one penalty a game. Sometimes maybe not a single one, but obviously not enough. But I have basically my point is I've seen a bit of a dip in him getting penalized. So take that for what you want.
And he's actually shooting the puck. Mm-hmm. And he's also the most played Canuck this year so far, aside from Quinn Hughes.
At 5-on-5, yeah. Well, I think I noticed his ice time was a little down today.
It's like dipped.
14, I think.
It's dipped a little bit, but before, like, I want to say like 10 games ago, he was averaging 20 minutes a game, and then it slowly dipped under 20, and then now he's at 14, which is manageable. But it makes no sense that Reichel only had less than 5 minutes. Still, like if you're gonna bring him in, might as well just play him, let him get some confidence. If not, just throw him in the AHL. Like there's no point bringing him up.
Yeah, because I don't think anyone would claim him off waivers. He would pass through waivers.
And Abby definitely needs some help.
Oh yeah, especially when you have Neil Zaman centering your top line.
Yeah,
we are doomed, gentlemen. Tough being a Canucks fan. Absolutely, Duo. Great to see you, buddy. At least you got a great show. Yeah. Good point. It's like saying that one rainy day in Vancouver, bro. About the Kane penalty thing. Urban. I love it. Duo, I missed the day.
It's because Irvin didn't watch the game. That's why.
Uh,
But as long as he knows it's in the third, then he'll know which one to look for.
I miss the days when we go on PP1 and PD/Brock looked dangerous every time. Yeah, that feels like that was a few years ago. And when we had a certain other player on the team.
Do you remember that first power play at the end of near the end of one season? It was probably one of the last games, home games. And I think Huggy was just okay. Wait, so Brock was 2015, right? Or 2014? I can't remember.
I think it was 2015, if I'm not mistaken.
And then Huggy was 2016. PD was 2017. It was 15, 16, 17. And it was when PD came, I think it might have been 2018 or 2017. They were burning the contract. And you see these three, it was a 3-on-3 overtime, and you saw Brock, Quinn, and PD. And we looked at it and we're just like, wow, if this is what the future's about, we're good. I still remember that 3-on-3 OT. But I was talking with one of the guys today, and what we figured is Brock has never got a shot back since that injury. You know, when he fell into the door? Do you remember that injury?
Yeah.
Ever since then, I think he's lost his shot. He doesn't have that same sort of lethal shot that got him to the All-Star game, his first All-Star game. And coupled with his dad, like family issues, and now his dogs, like, you know, he's played a good game this year so far. I mean, he's definitely worth the extension or what he signed for. But you know, he doesn't look as lethal as before, like the shot.
Yeah.
Like if you want to see his shot again, you look at Cole Caulfield. That's a player that's like rookie Brock. Plus he's speedy. Brock back in the day was also speedy, but ever since that injury, and I think he bulked up, he's super slow.
Yeah. Speaking of Cole Caulfield, did you see that goal he scored today where he was like basically roofed it and it barely snuck past the goalie, but it was one of those where he was like kind of close to the net and just roofed it. And
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he banked it off the goalie or just managed to squeeze it through, but it was a absolutely dirty freaking goal. And man, makes me wish that we had somebody like Cole Caulfield on this freaking team. Like, guys got
if we had someone like that, the coaching staff would have ruined him already. So,
well, yeah. Talkett probably would have tried to reprogram him.
Yeah, exactly.
Where was it? Here we go. Alfred, if it's 1.9 seconds remaining in third, just fucking run the clock and game over. Yeah.
If you tagged on the last few seconds of the second period onto that, where Huggy is just like, screw it. There was like 2 seconds left, and Huggy's just like, I'm not skating for that. And he just stood there. So what's the point of having that 1.9 second in the third just so you can tie it up? Come on, man. Like, I don't know. I'm just so pissed off still at that stupid goal that counted, that glove goal.
Mm-hmm. Servant, get Duolingo on Open House. Irvin, remember, it's not called Open House. It's Open Mic Night. But yeah, the next one we have, definitely for sure, try and get Duo on it if he wants to. Not going to force it on him, but yeah, it's not Open House. I got my own thing. It's Open Mic Night. Or if it would have been today, it would have been Open Mic Day. But yeah, we don't call it Open House here.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Duolingo, how did you come up with that name? Are you just like a huge Duolingo fan and you use it a lot, or what's the story behind that? If you're still there in chat.
as we wait for that, PD on a 1-on-3 rush and gets a great scoring chance. Rest of the team doing nothing mostly. Was that one where he like cross-checked Celebrini, I think? Is that the one you're talking about there, Green? But you guys shaving the mustache December 1st. What is an open house? I am on December 1st because this thing is so itchy and I hate eating with it because I get crumbs and stuff all in there. I have to
No, but
wash my
you've
face.
always kept a mustache, though. I thought.
I mean, I might trim it so it's like not completely shave it up, but like trim it so it's like closer to what this is. But it's a little,
Yeah, since Duolingo, since you brought that up, still looking for donations. Donations actually closed December 10th, so I'll still be asking about it. And if Tyler, you still have it, I think it's in our WhatsApp chat. If you can just throw that on.
yeah, I can.
Any sort of donation is welcomed. You also get a tax receipt, I believe, if it's over $20. So it can bring down your taxes. But any little bit helps. If anyone is able to, please click the link that Tyler might share later. Or if I will comment in the video, would love that extra boost near the end. There's only like November 30, so a couple more days. So we'll definitely appreciate any sort of donation, even if it's a couple dollars or something just for a coffee. That would be appreciated. Are you actually looking for it, Ty?
Yeah, I believe I just put it in the chat.
Awesome.
But yeah, to answer your question, I'll be either trimming or shaving it completely off. I mean, December 1st, I have the grouse staff party, so maybe I just might shave it all off. Just, so I'm kind of looking a little spiffy for the staff party that's up at the mountain. So we'll see. I also need to get my hair cut too, because my hair is way too long. I can't
What's up,
believe
Coach Rob?
we lost that game after all those power plays. What? Well, yeah, 8 power plays but you kind of have to expect that when you can't even score on a single one. And actually, I was gonna pull up the post game from Adam Foote, but because it was lagging with the PD goal, but he basically even said like he noticed something was off with the power play and that perhaps the Canucks may have, or the team may have let some of their emotions get the better of them. I think he was referring to Quinn in that particular part. So
A coach saying he noticed something that's like saying, the sky is blue. Like, are you serious? You have nothing else to say? Like, come on, man. I didn't watch the post game, the interviews, and I don't know if I want to.
I mean, one of the other things he said is he wasn't going to comment on the referee stuff. It's like, screw the fine. Speak up. Say something. It's the only way that they'll do something about it. And that's one thing I absolutely hate and pisses me off even so much, that coaches, players can't say shit about the referees. And it just drives me nuts. Like, they should be allowed to either say something without getting fined, or the referees should do a post game like answer questions. And
the referee's doing a post game. Are you serious, man?
I think someone mentioned that on X, that they should be held accountable for the fuck ups they do.
Yeah. Well, at least the post game didn't talk about like cashews and like
Yeah, true. Cashews and cigarettes, or whatever that quote was. We just aren't dangerous. Nope. Irvin, one of my all-time favorite orange jerseys is the 1985 All-Star jersey. Is that? I assume that was NHL All-Star jersey. He's referring
So that
to.
was like the Clarence conference.
Yeah, I think. Also,
No, wait, let me
Medicine
think.
Hat Tigers dark jersey.
Dude, my favorite right now still has to be the Jets jersey, the old school Jets jersey, the 95-96.
Green. If you were to ever get an Oilers jersey, it'd be because you're stranded in the wilderness and need material for a fire. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Oh, Irvin. I'll get an Oilers jersey when I'm out of toilet paper.
Wow, this is rough. I hope there's no Oilers fans in here.
Yeah. I mean,
This is rough.
our friend Brock was 2015, and actually Huggy was 2018, not 2016.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Yeah, I thought of that too, but I wasn't quite sure. But I was like, I could have sworn he was the year after PD. Irvin ragging on you. Man, Gerald looks so unimpressed. See what this team does to us? Yeah.
Apathy, man.
Yeah.
That's what apathy does.
And then, PD was 2017.
Yeah. So 2016 was OJ.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. Coach Rob in the building. What's up, Coach Rob? Good to see you. How many years where we go into the season where we think we're a playoff team, but just basement dwelling? Too many.
All of them, maybe?
Answer.
All of them except 2023. Even the bubble season, 2019, 2020, they only made it based on points percentage. If it was points, they wouldn't have made it in. So in the last decade, it was one season. Every season they were off by a couple of points, or it's just so goddamn hard to watch. Like, it's so hard to be a Canucks fan. At least the Leafs haven't won the cup since 1967, but at least they made the playoffs, just not passing the first round. At least they make playoff revenue for 2 games. But aside from that,
more than 2 games.
The Canucks don't even make the playoffs. That's how sad it is.
Mm. Yeah, and Irving even saying, "Yup, Shorthouse said, enjoy the future, folks." Was that at the end of the game? I wasn't really paying attention to the broadcast, I'll admit. I was more...
No, he was talking about the 3-on-3 overtime with Huggy, Brock, and PD.
Oh.
And he said, enjoy the future, folks. Yeah, that was the game that he talked about.
Coach Rob, so many years like that, and I've been watching since about 1978.
Man.
Wow.
Hey, at least you got to watch King Richard, man. And those sick deep V jerseys, steamer, and all that.
Yeah, Dylan Gunther
Garrett was part of that era too, right?
Yeah, John Garrett, yeah. Dylan Gunther was supposed to be our Brock replacement. Yeah, we really missed out on freaking Gunther. Like, imagine if we had him now. I mean, yeah, it might mean we might not have Brock. Just imagine if we had a guy like Gunther.
No, we wouldn't have Brock, and we wouldn't have Connor
center.
Garland either. We wouldn't have Connor Garland either.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, because the Garland trade, the draft pick was Gunther.
Yeah, 9th overall.
If we had Gunther, we'd have a center or a potential 2C right there. Irvin says, I just sent both you the enjoy the future clip. All right, I'll definitely.
Yeah, I saw it on WhatsApp. It's probably going to be hard to put on here, though.
Coach Rob, who was that Canucks coach in the 80s who was really bad? I have no. We'll see if Coach Rob is able to answer. I have no freaking clue.
The only one I really know is Roger Nielsen back in the day.
Yeah.
The towel on the stick.
Towel power, yeah. Harry's in the building. Hey, Harry. Terrible game, losing 3-2. I mean, I wouldn't call it a completely terrible game. Terrible on the power play, for sure. But I do think that the Canucks could have won this game if the officiating was just a wee bit better. Coach Rob, Bill LaForge lasted 20 games.
Interesting.
I don't know if this is the answer to Irvin's question. I would assume. Yeah. Harry, it's a good thing I didn't watch. I would be disappointed. Well, yeah. Definitely. But we're glad you're here and watching the post game. Certainly been a lot better than the game. I mean, we're about 2 hours and 20 minutes in, and you missed all the ranting. So, Harry, you're going to have to go back to see all my ranting from the officials earlier and whatnot.
Yeah, the first 5 minutes, you'll see Tyler going off at the officials. It's pretty funny.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, I had like 3 or 4 like mini paragraphs written, and that was before I even got to the goal visualizer. And usually I do that pretty quickly.
Yeah, Tyler rarely makes me wait in the backstage, but he had to rant. He had to sound off and then go do the goal visualizer, and then I jump on. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna walk off. He was about to bring me on, and I walked away, and then he's like, okay, let's just do the breakdown.
Yeah. So I guess he's talking about LaForge. His son is a GM in the WHL. Interesting. Do you know which team in the WHL, Coach Rob? I'd be intrigued to know. Harry, go Jets, go.
You know it.
Yeah. Although looks like there might be in a bit of a slump right now. I mean, it doesn't help that Helly's out. What was it? Did they say it was like 4 to 6 weeks for Helly?
Yeah, it's gonna be 4 to 6 weeks. It's probably like at least another month right now.
Fudgicles. I have Helly as one of my top goalies in fantasy. I do have him on IR right now, so I think I have like 4 goalies right now because most of my keepers, like I think I have 2 keeper goalies, Demko and Helly, are injured.
Wow, you had the 2 Vezina finalists of that year.
Yeah. I think those 2 are keepers from that same season. That's when I drafted them. And actually, I just want to quickly look. Who do I have right now?
While you look that up, I just want to say something. Like, do you think it'd be funny that Dempo gets back, plays a few games, not a few, like plays December, January, and ends up getting called for the American team, and Hellebuck is just getting back? That'd be pretty funny.
That'd be pretty funny. Yeah,
and then Demko gets injured in the Olympics.
Oh, jeez. I don't even want to think about that. But, I have Hellebuck on IR. Well, technically IR plus. Dostal on IR plus because he's out. Demko on IR.
All your goalies are on IR then?
Well, I've picked up some other ones.
How many IR spots do you have? Isn't it typically only 2 and 1 plus?
Yeah, that's like typical like regular settings, but these ones have like edited settings for this.
Okay.
So and even the way it's set up too is I have 4 goalie spots. Like in the lineup, not just like on the bench. Like I can have 4.
Holy crap! So you have 7 goalies on your team right now?
Yeah, just because of the guys that are on IR. And the goalies get me like the most amount of points during the week or during, a day. I don't know.
Well, if they make a lot of saves and a
I didn't
win
I
and
didn't
a
set up
shutout,
I didn't set up these settings, but because it's a friend of mine's league and he's like the commissioner. So basically I have for goalies, I have Ottinger, Bobrovsky, Wedgwood right now. He was a
interesting.
pickup. And then I have Spencer Knight, who I picked up because Dostal went out. And Ottinger got me 243 points just for a win and 30 shots against, 27 saves.
200 points. Okay.
Wedgwood got me 286 and they lost, but he made 35 saves.
Okay.
On
Wedgwood
37
is a
shots.
good pick, though. Wedgwood is a good pick.
Yeah.
Like Colorado right now, I think they're doing like a 1A 1B thing. So Wedgwood would be a safe sort of pickup.
Mm-hmm. And I had Svechnikov on the bench, and he had 2 points, but it's okay. I had Seth Jarvis.
Like
who
Calgary
had
Flames, Svechnikov.
No, Carolina.
Oh, sorry, yeah, Carolina. Sorry,
Yeah,
I was thinking of Kucherov for some reason. No, sorry, not Kucherov. Kuznetsov.
The dirty elbow Svechnikov, that one. But I had Jarvis, and he got a hat trick. So
we're at 227. I think I'm gonna call it pretty soon. I still need to do a bit of shopping for my gear for YouTube. But yeah.
Oilers have fans. Yeah. They unfortunately they do. So I kind of got a little distracted with the fantasy hockey. By the way, in that league, I'm like projected to lose, even though I am 6-0. So
you never know. Maybe you'll pull St. Louis, and then maybe the Canucks will pull something off like that after Christmas.
Yeah, who knows? I think it's a large part because I didn't set my lineup on Monday. So I had a bunch of players like on the bench that got a bunch of points, and they did set their lineup. So let's just get a few more questions.
Oh, Seattle Thunderbirds. So that's a team.
That's the team that the Forge's son is GM of. Oh,
yeah,
nice. Demko and Lankinen on your team who had Tolopilo making consecutive starts on their bingo card. I mean, not before this road trip. I didn't think that at all. I was not. I'll admit the whole Lankinen personal leave thing caught me off guard. I'll admit I'm a little curious as to what the personal reason is, but at the same time, it's a personal thing.
We'll never talk about
it. Yeah. I did think it might have something to do with his newborn daughter, maybe. Because I think she was born in just like September. And apparently it was, from what I've seen, it was a bit of a rough birth or something along those lines. So I'm thinking maybe it's that, maybe it's another family matter. But, they did say that he is going to be joining the team on the trip, which is obviously good news. But I'm also glad they had Tolo in these last couple games instead of Patera, just because I think Tolo is a bit more better than Patera, or has shown to be a bit better, at least at the NHL level. Before tonight's game, he was 2-0 in 2 starts.
Yeah, but you also realize they signed Patera for this reason, and they can't depend on. Like Patera has 100 games played in the NHL.
Yeah.
So it's just it's kind of Yeah, it's worrisome that they would have Tolopilo in instead of Patera when you sign a veteran. Well, not veteran, but like a journeyman NHL player.
To play that role. Yeah. I mean,
It's like saying
I
P.O. Joseph sucks and like you don't play him kind of thing. Like that's the same role. It's the same thing. Patera is like a P.O. Joseph, but for goal.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I do. I have noticed too. Some people are kind of referring to Tolo as the fourth string. I'm not. I wouldn't really classify him as fourth string. He's more third. Because if you think about it, obviously you have your Demko, Lankinen, and then before Seelovs got traded, Seelovs was the third string. Tolopilo has technically replaced Seelovs. So I would say Tolopilo is third and Patera is fourth string.
No, but the problem is when they signed Patera, he was supposed to be third.
Yeah.
And Tolopilo was supposed to be fourth.
Mm-hmm.
Well, technically it would have been fifth because we had Seelovs.
Mm-hmm. But I would say
Patera was
now,
more of a safety, like a safety net for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, let's see if there's anything else quick, because I know you're wanting to Green. Hellebuck isn't even hurt. They've just actually learned to rest him prior to the playoffs and not run him off the rails.
The Jets making the playoffs is another question. You wouldn't hold him
Yeah.
out. You just play him less. And Comrie is actually not bad. So, I mean, if you technically went 1A, 1B for the season and then depended on Hellebuck. No, but Hellebuck actually plays better in the season. He just sucks in the playoffs.
Actually, in my second league, because in both of my leagues, I have Helly. And then the other one, not the one that I just showed, I actually picked up Comrie. And he's been shitting the bed, at least with this losing streak. But he was available, and I was like, once Hellebuck comes back, I can easily drop Comrie and, put Hellebuck in. And then that way, in case, because I have done that in the past, where I've had a goalie go on the IR, picked up another goalie, and they've gone on a run and been super hot. And then the goalie that I put on IR comes off IR, and I'm like, I don't want to drop this goalie because he's playing so well. So that's a big reason why I went with Comrie. Just he's someone I can just, get rid of once Hellebuck comes back. Let's do two more, and then we'll call it there. I'm more excited for WWE Survivor Series tomorrow. Yeah, I might check it out. I mean, I was actually just having a bit of a conversation with Sam earlier today about this because she was like, "Oh yeah, Survivor Series is tomorrow," and I was like, I was more excited for last year's because it was here.
What time is it? Is it at 5 tomorrow?
I think it's at 5. Yeah. So we'll see
on Netflix, right?
On Netflix, yeah. We'll finish off with this one, even though it's not a hockey related one. Which match are you excited to see tomorrow for Survivor Series? Probably the War Games. If I had to, and that's either one. Maybe more so the men's one. I will say, I'll admit, I'm a little pissed off that Cody's going to be in the War Games match, and they're in San Diego, and yet he wasn't even in a match last year. He wasn't even at the show last year, and they were selling Cody Vancouver-based merch, and he wasn't even there. That really irked me. I mean, I guess I'm just another one of those gullible fans because I actually bought one of those shirts.
Kind of sounds like you. Sounds like you,
yeah.
though.
So I guess I fell for it, but I would have been really cool to hear that, whoa, like live. But anyway, that was from like literally like over a year ago. So
Hey, before we go, can you highlight Harry's last message? Because I
Yeah,
think we should really kind of talk about that too. I don't know if you know about it in the new. No, not the prediction one, but the one before.
oh yeah, that one for
Yeah,
I heard about this.
because it's like a huge thing in Hong Kong right now. I'm from Hong Kong, and it's just really disheartening to see what happened. It was like almost 7 buildings that burnt. It was like 6 buildings. Um, Almost like 300 people that were not found. The number I saw this morning, I think, was like 79 people dead, and it's probably going to be a lot more as they unravel everything. Um, so yeah, like our prayers and thoughts are with Hong Kong. Well, especially for me.
Mhm.
I still have family over there, a lot of relatives. Thankfully, not in that area, but um, definitely feel for the people in Hong Kong, and you know, the city's always been resilient. They always come back from, no matter if it's SARS or even COVID or other things. But it's just disheartening to see it, and prayers and thoughts to those families that have loved ones that are not found or that are not with us. But yeah, just a shout out to them.
Yeah, definitely. I saw actually I think Sam's the one who brought that up to me, and it's so heartbreaking to see. And yeah, our prayers and thoughts are with Hong Kong right now. But let's definitely bring up that prediction one, because why don't we end the show with a little prediction for tomorrow? Just something a little bit fun. So what's your prediction for tomorrow's Canucks game against the Kings, and who scores for the Canucks? I'll go with. I mean, I haven't really seen how the Kings have been lately. I know they're decent. I mean, they're ahead of us in the standings. Um, but I'm going to go with 5-3 Canucks.
Okay. And who scores for the Canucks?
Who scores?
Just say the game winner.
Game winner. I'm gonna go Sherwood.
Okay. I'm going to go 4-3 Canucks shootout. And who scores? Brock's gonna get a goal.
I was actually debating on considering Brock. I actually saw Somi. She actually said that she called Brock scoring tonight, and she was actually at the game in San Jose. So
I think she was on TV, man.
I wouldn't be surprised. She's down there in California for all 3 of these games, which is totally awesome. I actually think I found her on Twitter like earlier today and quickly followed her. It was like, this is awesome.
Canucks girl, right?
Yeah. And she even has a sign with her, with Anaheim checked off and now San Jose checked off. And she even actually posted a tweet saying, like, I'm not the only Canucks fan down here, and had a picture with a couple
on
fans
the
down there.
broadcast. There were actually they actually got a few Canucks fans down there. There was
I saw that.
It was like a Huggy and Petey couple, and then another few with skate jerseys. So it's good to see those fans down there. Like Jordan, after the uncensored live that we did last game, a couple games ago. God, I can't even remember which game. It was definitely not the Flames game, but yeah, Jordan was like, "Wouldn't it be awesome if we went down to Cali for that trip?" And I was like, "Yeah." So we drove down there. He's like, "Wow, that would be crazy." So props to Somi for driving all the way down there.
Definitely. And I thought Jordan said he wasn't going to any more Canucks games.
No, that was before. That was before the whole Flames game. So it's definitely before the Flames. I can't remember which game it was. I mean, we're at 25 games. It's very hard to keep track with all the games now, but it was one of the streams before. Yeah, it was a bad game. It was such a bad. It was a loss, but it was a very bad game. Yeah,
Green
7-2 LA.
LA. Woo.
Damn.
I mean, I could see that. Coach Rob says 4-1 Vancouver.
Interesting.
Harry says 5-2 Canucks. Brock Besser for him. Green's like 2 goals from POJ.
From the press.
I like it. Urban game winner at the Canucks after Kane gets ejected.
I'd like to see that.
Do you ever wear your Canucks jersey or hoodie to sleep? Not the jersey. I do have a Canucks hoodie that I tend to wear if it's super cold out. So yeah, never a jersey unless I like pass out. But yeah, that usually doesn't happen when I'm wearing a jersey. Usually, if it's a super bad game and I'm wearing a jersey, I usually take it off as soon as the final horn goes. Especially if I'm miserable and unhappy about the loss, I'll just take it off. Be like, that's it. But yeah.
Damn, I still have mine on. That's pretty bad. Then.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I wore one. What was it? I put mine on halfway through, I think, the second period of the Ducks game. So.
And then they won.
And then they ended up winning. So.
Yeah. I mean, I just got back, so I didn't have time to take it off. I was actually still wearing this jersey, this jacket. I really like this jacket. I just got it. It's pretty sick. And then I also have the hat that matches it.
Yeah.
Pretty dope. But yeah, the jersey, I don't know, man.
Yeah, definitely liking the camo on that. I'm a big camo / flannel guy, so I usually wear a lot of that.
You seem like a flannel guy.
Oh yeah, I am.
With the mustache and everything, like
oh yeah,
flannel, lumberjack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's almost 2:45. Any last questions? We'll do it for one more minute, and then we'll probably sign off.
If the Canucks lose tomorrow, you or Gerald should buy a Kings jersey.
Never.
I already have a Kings jersey.
Ouch.
Yeah. It's a Jonathan Quick one, though.
I'd buy an Oilers jersey before I buy a Kings jersey. We are Canadian, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no. I would. Sorry, you don't know why you bought the Kings jersey?
I don't know why. I think I bought it. I'm pretty sure, if I can remember, it was the same year that the Kings knocked us out of the playoffs.
Oh my god, it's terrible. If I were to get another team jersey, it would not be the Kings. It'd probably be a Habs jersey. And if there's a name on it, it'd probably be Caulfield or Suzuki.
I was about to say, yeah. It's gotta at least consider it Caulfield. But yeah, that's the only other that's the only non-Canucks jersey that I have is the Kings one. But that was, like I said, back when Jonathan Quick was a part of the team. So, and it wasn't the with the old logo that they use now. It was still with the Shield logo, the black and silver.
If any Kings jersey, it'd have to be the Marcel Dion like the crown jersey. I wouldn't go with the shield.
Purple and the purple and gold one.
Yeah. Kind of like
I
Lakers, right?
yeah, I really did like the black and purple one they had at one point with that alternate logo, like big logo they had on it. That was kind of like a shield, but it was different than what their previous logo was. It was that black and purple and silver one that they had. I think it was in the 90s. I think they had it. It was really nice. Really, really nice.
Yeah, I don't know which one. I'll have to look at it.
But yeah, I do wish it was a Kuzmenko jersey and not a Jonathan Quick jersey. Or even I guess a Byfield one too is not bad. Or heck, Kopitar, since he's retiring.
Respect.
Or heck, Rob Blake. Or heck, a Gretzky.
No.
If it was a Gretzky one.
Yeah, but if it's a Gretzky one, you would have to get the silver and black.
Yeah, definitely. All right, that's okay. We'll do this one since it's your top 3 favorite reverse retro. Like, I'm assuming this is like in general, not just Canucks. I guess the Dallas one comes to mind with like the night. I mean, they had a similar like nod to the 90s one like a few years ago when they were doing like the reverse retro. Not as nice as the one that they debuted tonight. So I did like that one. I guess the Hurricanes, the Hartford Whalers. Yeah, like that one. And same thing with the Avalanche, but their Nordiques one. I do actually, and funny enough, as I mentioned earlier, playing NHL and being drafted by the Islanders, I really like their reverse retro ones with the circular logo with the Islanders, and it looked like the actual like old man.
Oh no, man! The fisherman one.
I didn't mind those ones. Like,
bro, that was one of the weird jerseys, but I get it. It's from the 90s. It's like when Ziggy Palffy was playing.
I'm trying to think of any others. Is there any that you stand out for you, or that were
my top 3? I wouldn't. My top 3. God, I don't want to like number them, but it's probably going to be the Jets one that I have, the reverse retro one, the baby blue and the white. The Nordiques for sure, and then there's another Avs one that I really liked. It was, I think, the Rockies one, the Colorado Rockies jersey. But definitely, I mean, obviously the Canucks one, the skate. I'm starting to really like the deep V for some odd reason. Like I saw Witten wear the jersey. Jordan has one, and it's starting to grow on me. I actually got a jacket recently of the deep V. But yeah, it'd probably be the skate, the white one, not the black one, before the V.
And then Harry brings up a good one, not the Leafs one, but the Flames one with the horse. I really like that one too.
Different taste.
And I'm not sure
the horse is like what the horse reminds me of is the Oilers third jersey with like the mechanic, like the gear or whatever.
No.
And I'm thinking, like, what the hell is that? Like, it's the same thing with the horse. It's just like, so you have a team from hell that has horse breathing out flames. Like, anyways.
I'm not sure which Leafs one he's referring to, unless is he referring to the St. Pat's ones or the black Leaf ones? I actually don't mind the black Leaf jerseys. It is a little weird seeing them, because you're so used to blue and white with the Leafs, but
Yeah.
I don't mind the black one, the black Leafs one. The blue definitely pops on the black for sure.
That one's probably one of the better ones for the Leafs jerseys.
Yeah.
The black
and
and blue.
Plus, like I said, we're so used to the blue and white. So it was nice to change that a little bit. Yeah, definitely. Anyway, there we go. Yeah, we're gonna call it. I do want to give a quick shout out and thank you to Gassy Jack Art, maker of that amazing artwork you see there. And you guys can check them out yourselves at gassjackart.com. I think.
Do they have a sale right now?
I think he still has that sale that's been going on like all off season and into the season. Buy two, get two free. I do know he has been teasing some new prints. I saw a few, like one of Besser, I think, one of Evander Kane, and I think another PD. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, he's got some good stuff. Obviously, he's also got some non-Canucks stuff as well. If you guys are interested in that as well, definitely is on my mind for sure. Harry, definitely thinking about it for the future for sure. But yeah, so yeah, go check out Gassy Jack Art. Obviously, also another big thank you to my primary sponsor, DraftKings. Use code PHBN, as you can see there. But coming on, Gerald, appreciate it. I know this was a bit of an earlier one than usual. Early game. We'll be right back tomorrow with the LA Kings post game. Back at our probably usual start time. Hopefully, I don't miss the first period this time.
Friday.
Like I did for this one, but
I mean, we could do it right after the game tomorrow.
Than, I guess best. Yeah, definitely. We could try and do that for sure. Totally.
Because we don't. Play's not on tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, aside from rink wide, I don't think there's anyone else. Maybe Kempner, maybe Doodle, but we could probably go right after the game if you guys are up for it. Yeah, I'll most likely be working from home.
Yeah, definitely. We'll look into that, which will probably be it's a 7 o'clock game, so probably around like 9. Or
no. The game will probably end at 9:30. The game will probably end at 9:30 because it's Friday night. Okay, yeah, about 9:30. So let's say like 10 o'clock, maybe around.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you want to wait for rink wide to finish, because they have rink wide and Doodle will probably go right after. So I mean, we could do like 10:15, 10:30.
Well, we'll see how it is. We'll judge it closer to that. But yeah, definitely something around that. One last one. Kane to the Leafs, since everyone hates Kane and the Leafs.
Okay. And Joshua will be there. Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you pin the link?
Yeah. Let's see if I can. I'm not sure if I can do that through StreamYard or if I have to actually be on YouTube to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't let me pin it through StreamYard, unfortunately.
Okay.
But I can post it in the comments once this uploads as well, unless you want to. I'll leave that up to you. Oh yeah. Tomorrow is Saturday, not Friday, but it's okay. It's okay.
If there was a trade, it would have been done like right now. So, like I doubt. Yeah. I doubt it would have happened. Like it's probably going to be next week.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of traction on Sherwood. So I even did a couple videos on Sherwood. But yeah, he's gaining the most traction out of anybody. And I even did a video like earlier today talking about what teams would be interested in him. And actually, if you guys haven't, go ahead and check that out. It's almost like 30-minute video. And I talk about, prospects from and a few teams that are interested, or that could be interested, like the Maple Leafs, the Panthers, the Lightning, who have a couple of prospects that I kind of point out in particular that are very appealing, especially one of them who I think is on the Lightning. And same thing with Florida as well. I think even one of them who I highlighted is 6'8".
Nice.
So I was like, "Whoa, big boy." But yeah, so go ahead, check those videos out if you guys haven't. And once again, thanks for coming on, Gerald. As always, it's always a pleasure. Any parting words for the chat?
No, but I just want to say hopefully tomorrow's game is officiated better. And Canucks at least get a point out of it. Because I'm still not on Team Tank yet. And unless, even if Quinn Hughes were to leave or wants to leave, it'd probably be best to do it just after the season ends. Still get some sort of good assets. This goes back to Witt from Uncensored. Totally agree with his take, because I initially thought at trade deadline would maximize the assets, but that would also hinder the chances of getting a higher pick. So yeah, we'll see. But let's try to get as many points before the new year and go from there. If the St. Louis Blues can do it in 2019, let's be optimistic. Canucks could potentially do it when we get our players back. And then if we get some traction, then maybe trade some of the veterans for something that we could use for a push. Make the playoffs. Aquaman gets his 2 games of revenue, and we have something to cheer for, like Alfred said. And that's it. So we'll see you at the post game tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for being here, guys. Really appreciate every single one of you. Although Harry's like Garland to the Lightning, Sherwood to the Sharks. If like I'll touch on briefly, like I mentioned earlier, still, if you're gonna trade Sherwood and attempt to get a first round pick, you gotta send it to someone who, not necessarily the Sharks because they've been playing well, but a team that's gonna have a high first round pick. That is the teams you're gonna want to target, not ones who are playing well, because you're going to get a late round first pick, most likely for those. But I still think he's likely going to get a second, like minimum second.
If it were to be any team that would throw down a first and you're like, okay, done, let's do it, would probably be Utah, because they're pushing and vying for a spot this year. And if they don't make it, that would be at least a top 12 pick, I would say. 12, between 12 and 15. And the draft is kind of deep this year. So that would be one of the teams. Like, even if you had to throw in a sweetener with Sherwood to get that first, so retain. There's not much to retain on a 1.5 million salary, but like if you were to throw in the sweetener of some sort with Sherwood and get a first, I would definitely do it if it was to Utah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Irvin, we're still here and we're trying to call it.
But it's 3 hours. We're calling it. That's it. No more questions.
There we go. We're officially at 3 hours. Thanks everyone for showing up. Really appreciate it, even with an earlier start. And yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow for the post game. It's been great to do this again. I know I've missed the last couple just because of, outside things, family stuff, and then, being out and about. Was doing my own Christmas shopping, or a little bit of it, for the Anaheim game. So that's why I got home late. But yeah, once again, if you guys liked this video, be sure to hit that like button. If you want to stay up to date on all your Vancouver Canucks content, be sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you don't miss a single video. You can find and interact with us on social media. We're everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok. Feel free to give us a follow. We're also even on Blue Sky. Join the discussion on our Discord channel. There is a link in the description down below. It's completely free to join, and we can have more discussions such as this on the Discord. If you prefer an audio version of this podcast, you can find us on both Spotify and Apple Podcast. On Spotify, feel free to give us a follow and rate and review us. It is, of course, greatly appreciated. But that's going to do it for Gerald and I. Glad you guys could make it, and we look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. And I hope you guys enjoy, if you haven't seen it already, my new outro, because I switched it up. Although if you've seen the previous few videos I've posted, you've maybe seen it. But this is Tyler and Gerald signing off. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the Kings versus Canucks post-game show. And as always, even though they lost tonight, let's go Canucks, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Hey, Campoli missed the puck. Ryan Johnson just gets it out. And you stuck the puck back in. Campoli trying to